Plastic City Comic-Con is proud to present the Kids Con Workshop, brought to you by Kids Con New England. Your workshop host is Emily Druin, KidsCon New England founder and art educator. The schedule runs all day and includes coloring, crafts, drawing Disney monsters and robots, Sonic the Hedgehog, coloring contests, Pokemon arts and crafts, superhero creation, and more. KidsCon is included with admission, and kids 12 and under are free with a paid adult, and tickets are only $10. Join us Saturday, August 23rd from 10 to 5 at the Leominster Doubletree Hotel, and visit PlasticCityComicCon.com for more information. See you there!
Printed and digital.
Comics Wellspring.
And yeah, this is printed with Comics Wellspring. Came out beautiful.
High quality stuff. People think it's fantastic. All the books that you see at my table are through Comics Wellspring.
Hi, I'm Dan Larson, and this is the history of Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog and that other Sonic the Hedgehog cartoon. About Kenner's superpower is the history of Toys R Us. Star Trek Deep Space Nine, Tokusatsu in America, of Goosebumps. Voltron, Defender of the Universe. History of Saturday morning cartoons. G.I. Joe, A Real American Hero. History of Rich Pale Kids. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie. History, The Real Ghostbusters. History of Robotech, Part 1. Dungeons & Dragons animated series. Thundercats of Gargoyles.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Indie Comics Relay. I'm your host, Keith Gleason, creator of the Mighty Mascots and promoter for the Plastic City Comic-Con. And with me is Harry, the king of all tangents.
Hey, everybody.
How's it going?
Maybe Time Lord of Tangents.
Time Lord of Tangents?
Time Lord of
bad. Well, with the background?
Possibly, I don't know.
Okay.
Play on the TNT, you know.
Yeah,
TNT,
Time Lord of all tangents. I like that one, actually. I bet we'll have to run that one by Johnny and see what he thinks. And for those of you guys wondering, Johnny may or may not join us tonight, but he was at
on assignment.
He was on assignment at San Diego Comic-Con this past weekend. But I think he's been out there since since Monday, right? Like, didn't he leave early or something?
Yeah.
He's been out there for a while, and I think he might be traveling home tonight, so he doesn't know if he can make an appearance or not. So it's too bad. I would love to hear some of the news from San Diego.
I know. Yeah, I'm sure he'll come back with a bunch of pictures and stuff. An array of pictures and videos.
I saw some of them on Instagram. Did you check that out?
No, I didn't.
He had some on his story. Like he did capture. There was a guy that put a cosplay together that was pretty impressive of Galactus, and it was like enormous. And Johnny got some video of it, which was really cool. And I saw it on other social media, so it was kind of like one of those cosplayers that kind of made news. So that was kind of neat.
I saw the Wonder Woman cosplayer. She made news.
Yeah, the one that was like Linda Carter or whatever.
Yeah, she was something. Right. If I may say so, I don't know.
Yeah, right. Well, the one thing I'm curious about with Johnny, like Johnny was saying at previous shows, he tends to do better when there's not like a big like Marvel presence there, and they really didn't have anything from what I heard. There wasn't a lot of. That's the other thing. There wasn't a lot of big announcements or trailers coming out. It was like kind of
I haven't heard anything either.
It felt like a New York Comic-Con, because the New York Comic-Con only has like a handful of announcements, so it just felt like one of those. Like it wasn't like a big splash.
I'm actually wearing a New York Comic-Con T-shirt tonight, but last time I was there years ago. Yeah, you went to? I've been there before. At one point, but it was so many, like I couldn't get into anything. You know, there was like a million panels that you had to like camp out overnight to get into one. You know, and then it was like it's like sensory overload of like so many things to do and see, but I couldn't get into anything. So
New York, those big shows are like that. Like every time you turn around, I don't know how people find stuff there, because every time you look, there's something happening near you. You know, like.
It's the guy that Agent of Shield, the guy that
the main guy there, that played Phil Colton.
Yeah, that guy. I ran into him at there. Yeah, well, I ran into him. I'm like, hey, you're so. Yeah, me too. But I ran into him. I actually bumped into him. I'm like, oh my god, you're the Agent of Shield. So,
me and Amy used to set up in New York all the time, and we did really well. But like I kind of stopped doing New York because it's such a clusterfuck getting there and getting out of there. It's
I got attacked by Elmo, so ever since then I have flashbacks.
Well, cool story though. We were at our table, and one year Brett Spiner just kind of came around the corner and started walking by our table, and he like referenced Amy's like artwork. He's like, "Oh, that is cool," you know. And
he's cool.
It was really cool. He was just kind of walking. He wasn't on a panel. He was just kind of checking out the show.
What was the artwork that you did?
I think it was one of her My Little Pony sculptures that she did. We had it out because we used to bring him to those shows, because that was like the only shows that actually she would sell some of those for like $500 a pop.
That's cool. Wow.
Because people want those like one of a kind items, you know?
maybe secretly he's a brony. We saw now. Brent Spiner is pretty cool because I remember me and my friend were there, and I go, this Brent Spiner, and I already met him before, but I'm like, he does an awesome Picard impression, and I'm like,
really?
I'm like, can you do it? And he's like, nah, I don't know, I don't want to. And then like I'm like, oh come on, it's like because like this thing he does it all the time, you know. And then like then we like left, and then we were walking by him again, and he just sees us coming, and he like does it. You know, I'm like, oh, thank you.
That's great.
Yeah,
he was there promoting that other show he was on where he played the devil. It was a Showtime show. It was called Outcast. It was based off a comic book, and he was there with two of the other actors. And I didn't notice them because he's such a presence that I didn't notice the other two actors. And I was like, oh my God, hey, how's it going? But yeah, it was really cool. I always like those moments that kind of happen.
Yeah.
You know,
he's pretty cool. He's an amazing, he played like many, like a handful of actors in Star Trek. Like each one, like, yeah, he just shows you his range of like acting. You know, like,
yeah,
awesome
absolutely.
But crazy week last week. Did you, so where were you when your childhood ended?
I know, right?
Crazy.
I mean, I did like Ozzy, and of course Hulk Hogan. I mean, it was crazy.
Right. Well, Ozzy, you know, I wasn't a huge fan of, you know, but his music,
but like his
music was everywhere.
You couldn't lose. You know, you couldn't go anywhere without having to hear an Ozzy song.
You couldn't watch Iron Man without listening to Iron Man. You couldn't.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
And every time the Patriots ran onto the field, like they played like Crazy Train, and you know they would play. So it's like omnipresent.
Yeah.
And then like Hogan, I remember like when I was like in 6 years old, I was in first grade. My friend, you know, Frank wore this like satin black jacket with like a patch on the back of it with like Andre the Giant, Iron Sheik, Hogan, and Piper. And I'm like, what are you wearing right now? He's like, oh, it's wrestling. You don't watch wrestling? I'm like, no, I had no idea what it was. Like, oh, watch it it's like on Saturday mornings, you know? And I'm like,
yeah.
All right. And I checked it out. I'm like, holy crap. It's like superheroes, like live action superheroes like, fighting each other. And then like
especially then.
And it's like, yeah, back then, like it's like kind of dumb thing to say, but like there was only one Hulk Hogan, one Andre the Giant, one Junkyard. Like they're all like unique, you know, original you know, year one, you know, wrestlers, you know. And so Frank was the first person that called me last Thursday when Hogan died. I was like, dude, Hogan. I'm like, he's like, no. I'm like, and I knew exactly what that meant. And I went on Facebook to check. I'm like, oh crap. That sucks.
Yeah, I saw that picture you took with him. That was
I actually have it here. I'll get you it later at the end of the show.
Yeah, what show was that from? Was that the Super Mega Fest one?
Yeah, actually it was. Yeah, around here.
Yeah, because that's I remember him. I was at that show. Mm-hmm. I didn't go meet him though. I wish I did now. But I think I was either set up there or I was just kind of at the show. I remember his line was ridiculous.
Yeah, like, he didn't really say much when I was in his line. I'm like, oh hey, champ. He's like,
no,
oh here.
Yeah, nice.
Anyway, next.
They usually just like rush you through on those ones.
Yeah,
anyways.
I know.
But that's still cool. I mean, the picture he looks like he was like into taking the picture and stuff.
That's what was shocking about it because I followed him on Facebook and you know every week he would be like hanging and banging, you know, like weightlifting, you know, like working out. I'm like, so it's hard to believe that he goes from that to like not being around him. It's like crazy. I had no idea. I mean, I guess
it's a heart thing, right? So like that could just happen anytime, you know.
I think it was like, but I never heard. I mean, who might?
Well, there was I think I shared it in Instagram, and then we'll be bringing in our first guest here in a minute.
Yeah.
There was Bubba the Love Sponge was talking about that he was in the hospital.
Yeah, some kind of
but it was off a rumor, so he didn't really know.
Yeah, that's why I couldn't really take that, you know, too seriously because I know that Hogan and his ex-girlfriend had a thing, you know, they did the tape.
Yeah, right.
So maybe I thought he had a vendetta against him or something, you know. So I mean,
right, but yeah, what he was saying was what he died from was his valve crapped out, which was from that what Bubba was saying that like his valve just didn't work and they couldn't do a transplant or all this other crap and so I don't know. I don't know what happened there, but
every convention that I've been to, like every wrestler you see, like either gets wheeled in or is on crutch. You know, it's like they don't make it too long. You know, like they.
Well, he looked good though. I thought he was going to go till his 90s. Like, you know,
well, no.
I guess that didn't happen, but
you just never know.
You never know. But like out of all the wrestlers though, he looked great. So I mean, Ricky Steamboat still looks good too.
Yeah, he and Tito Santana look, great. Even
I just saw Kerry Von Erich on AEW. I guess his son is wrestling now. He still looks good. Yeah. He did the Iron Claw on the guy that he was fighting, which was awesome.
Cool.
So it was cool. Some of these older guys are still kicking around.
Yeah, real quick before we go, I mean, which would you say, like, which celebrity death have you had an impact on you? Because I think Hogan, when I heard, you don't really know how you'll react to something until it happens, And that, I was driving home on Thursday after he died, right? And this local sports channel was playing Real American, as a tribute. Yeah. I'm like, man, my eyes welled up. I'm like, crap, because usually you see him running out or something,
Yeah, right.
I'm like, so the only time, I have like three. I mean, the one's like a little obscure, but like two of mine are, Steve Irwin, because he was always full of life. Every time, like he just went outdoors for the first time. Every time you see him in the video, like, take a look at this, whatever. And who else? And John Ritter was my second.
John Ritter would be mine, I think.
Yeah.
So. I don't really even with Hogan, I feel bad, but because I don't know him personally, it just doesn't affect me the same way as if it was like a relative dying. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, I mean, relatives, that's family,
right? Yeah. But John Ritter did though, because he was such
he was so young
figure in my childhood.
He was still acting, Eight Simple Rules, doing that.
Yeah, exactly.
I think he died.
I loved him in everything I watched him in, and so that one hurt.
Yeah,
and I was always a little mad at Howard too, because remember when Howard was kind of bagging on him too?
Oh, I never heard. What do you say?
Well, he didn't get it. He didn't get why everybody was upset about John Ritter.
Oh yeah, he was like,
and he just was like, because he made fun of Jimmy Kimmel because Jimmy Kimmel.
Cried or something?
Came out and cried.
Oh yeah, I mean, I again, another one that I cheered up on,
yeah,
but he was like he was so underrated as far as his physical comedy goes, there was one.
Yeah, I still watch those old Three's Companies.
Me too.
They're amazing.
Yeah, I remember he took a trip one time and he was afraid of flying or something. And he took some kind of medicine.
Yeah, that's the best one.
I know.
He won an Emmy for that. Did you know that?
Oh no.
Yeah, he won an Emmy for that episode because of the dancing.
Probably the best example of his
top 5. Comedy, that's a number one. That's my favorite episode of Three's Company, hands down.
And his big influence was Jerry Lewis.
Yeah,
you knew that. Yeah, you can totally.
And when you watch that episode, you got to watch it uncut because when they show it on the on syndication, they tend to cut that episode up. So you don't get the full dance. So I bought the DVDs years ago, and I love that episode.
Is it on YouTube?
I'm going to keep those YouTube sets. I'll never get rid of those.
Oh yeah, I always watch it, on TV or whatever channel. It's like a Three's Company channel on Plex or not Plex, some one of those apps.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And before we bring in the first guest, I get some comments here from Amy. Amy saying Keith tries to be stoic, but we know he shed a tear for most celebrities. Yeah, right. And then Ben, hey Ben, good to see you, man. Ritter reminded me of Van Dyke more than Jerry Lewis. Yeah, a little bit. I could see that. I could see why someone would say that. I do. It's weird. I got a little teared up at watching Fantastic Four this weekend too.
Oh, really? How was that?
Well, just because it was so it was perfect in parts.
You're not gonna lose, are you?
No, but about it, when something it just was so I can't explain it. It was so much Jack Kirby and Stan Lee on that screen that it kind of got to me a little bit. And I went into that movie not wanting to see it because all this stuff I had heard on YouTube, which fuck those guys. They were just it's this, it's Sue and the Silver Surfer, the star, they're saying all this bullshit about the movie, and none of it's in the movie. It's just a great movie.
Yeah.
But yeah,
so
I don't want to sidetrack the show. Like, we talk about it a little more later at the end or whatever.
Sure.
But I want to bring up Beth is like, I was tearing up with you. That's awesome. Love it. So this first guest, I don't know if he was been on the show before, but it might have been before you were with us, Harry.
Yeah, I think he was on 3 years ago. Last time he was on.
Okay, Tony, I've known this guy for a long time at conventions, and I still see him at like I just saw him in the IC3 back in March.
Mm-hmm.
And he's just one of those local guys that I love seeing at like small conventions, and he's always got good books. And I met him years ago at Mice, and that's where I first met him.
Yeah.
And we just
he actually wrote a wrestling.
Since, and what's up?
He has a wrestling comic book too, right? Didn't he write a wrestling somewhere?
Maybe. Let's bring him in and we'll find out.
Yeah, sure.
All right. Without further ado, let's bring in tonight's guest, the first guest, Mr. Tony Sedani. What's up, Tony?
Hey,
what's going on, man?
Thanks for having me back.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Was that true? Do you have a comic of wrestling? I don't remember if you do.
Yeah, so one of my new comics I put out this year is a wrestling one-shot comic.
Okay. Is it the Bruised one that I saw on your website?
Oh, yeah, Bruised.
Oh, cool.
That's what it was.
So, what is your hook on that one? Like, I like a good wrestling comic, and I'd love to hear what your storyline is in that.
Yeah, so, I mean, well, actually, I have another wrestling story that I did that's actually kind of relevant. But since I've been here, I took a bunch of my, like, horror stories and weird stories, and I put them together in like a this book right here.
Oh, weird shit. Okay,
weird shit.
I like that.
So it's
those
like
are all. Now, is that like your like book stories you did for like hey, let me make it big. I like that cover too. Very good. Nice. EC nod there. Tales
One of the stories though is a wrestling story that's influenced by somebody that's kind of familiar. It's called WrestleFost, where a wrestler sells his soul to the devil. So
I love that.
But yeah, so it's kind of timely this week, I guess. But yeah, I put this out like I think 2 years ago. So it's like a collection of 7 short horror stories. So I've been kind of shilling that for a few years now. But it's new to
I think the last time I saw you didn't have that book. And I only saw you briefly at IC3. I think we saw each other as you were leaving that day or something.
Right, and I saw you at Wicked, I think, too, right?
Yeah. We talked at Wicked for a few minutes too.
That was a busy show.
It was, yeah. I think they're planning on just doing free admission from now on. Which
it turns out free admission does wonders.
Yeah, I know, right? Are you going back in October?
I'm not going October, but I'll definitely go in the spring again.
Yeah, I'll probably do spring again. I was going to do the October one, but I'm somewhere else on Saturday, and I don't want to do 2 setups and 2 breakdowns over a weekend. I just think it's horrible. So, or else I would do that. I would go to that one again. But
my impression is I think it's a smaller show. It's like they said it's going to be like half the size or something. It's like just a
really
little more intimate show, I think.
Okay. Well, I mean, free admission. You can't really complain about what's there or whatever. So I love that they're doing that, though. I think it's a great idea, just to build that brand up again, because the year before it was kind of bad. I don't know if you were there that year, but it wasn't that good. But I always love those guys, so I always like try to support them no matter what. It's just the people weren't there, the customers and everything. But so the weird shit. And then what's the Bruised comic about?
So the Bruised comic kind of came about. I kind of took like a little time off of doing comics and was focused on other projects and doing like commissions. And so it was a little like, I think almost a year that I kind of didn't work on anything. So I kind of want to get back in the swing. And I wanted to do a wrestling book. And my graphic novel, Return to Rander.
Yep.
So this like is kind of semi-complete story, right? It's open-ended. Okay. So the main character from here, I kind of just I've had like a few stories in my head that would happen like later on. So I kind of took one of them and like mixed it with wrestling and just kind of wrote a one-shot wrestling comic around him.
Oh, okay.
It's called Bruised. It's a self-contained story that's kind of like a bridge to what will eventually be a sequel to Return to Rander.
Okay. So
which
for the people out there that are watching the show that have never seen Return to Rander, like what's like the elevator pitch for that?
It's like following the lone savior who's trying to find his home, and at the same time, there's a masked man who's out on his trails looking for revenge for reasons we'll find out later on.
Gotcha.
So it's got a little mystery to
Bruce
it.
Tied to it? How does Bruce?
Yeah, so we're following the main character, the lone savior, and it takes place 10 years after this book, and it takes place in a single night, and it does have a lot of it's like two stories that are happening. Some one story is happening earlier in the night, and one story is happening later in the night, and it kind of switches back and forth. But it has a lot of straight wrestling, which I kind of wanted to draw, just like moves and stuff.
Yeah.
And just because I'm a big fan of pro wrestling, so it's just fun to.
I like the sepia background.
Like
the sepia.
Thanks. Yeah,
it's pretty cool.
I appreciate that. I just for Return to Rander, I just do black and white. So and I didn't want to just make this straight black and white, so I kind of just added a different sepia tone to it, just to kind of make it feel a little aged or something.
No, that's pretty cool.
So got a big double page spread here.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I love that, dude.
Big leg drop.
Yeah.
So yeah, I like I said, I wanted to draw wrestling, and it kind of mixed with a story that I was thinking. Originally, it was going to be bare knuckle boxing, was what the story that I had in my brain was going to be. Yeah. And then I kind of just moved it to wrestling and kind of modified the story a little bit. So, and then that kind of just got me excited again to like write that character and just kind of start thinking about what the sequel book would be. So, nice. Yeah. So I put this out at IC3, like I debuted it. So,
oh, cool.
Selling that.
Did it do okay there? That was a good show. I like that show a lot.
Yeah, I sold some good. My weird shit, I think I sold out that day, which that was like my big. Wow. That was my big seller. But
nice, man.
Yeah, I did pretty good with this one too. Just because when people see the cover and just see wrestling, they just kind of don't mind taking a chance on it, you know.
What was your era of wrestling? Did you grow up in?
I grew up with Hogan.
Cool.
I vividly remember like the first thing that really like blew my mind was Hogan and Sergeant Slaughter WrestleMania.
Oh, yeah,
that's the one. I remember watching that live, and that like really sucked me in. I had been watching like Superstars, you know, once in a while on Saturdays here and there, but like that was the one that like really I remember vividly. And then from there, I watched like when Bret Hart and Shawn Michaels came around. I loved Razor Ramon, and then kind of fell off for a little bit, and then came back when like Stone Cold came out because that brought me back in.
Are you still watching it now?
Yeah, so after like the Attitude Era, after like WrestleMania 20, I kind of just fell off of wrestling, and just I would check in here and there. I got into TNA for a little while.
Yeah,
and then when CM Punk kind of got big, I was watching him. But then when he like left, I just got annoyed and I stopped watching. And then I stopped watching until he came back at AEW.
Oh, okay.
Then followed that whole mess that ensued, and then now I'm back with watching WWE and loving it. So, and I watch with my son. My son's 8 years old, so
he loves
he's
it.
Like
That's awesome.
The perfect age. So yeah, it's like working out well.
Yeah, I was out of it for years. Like I watched it back when you were saying like Sergeant Slaughter and Hogan days, but Johnny got me back into AEW, and that's all I've been watching is AEW. This for like the last year. He took me to like one of the events in Boston, and it was it was like front row tickets, and I caught the bug again, and now it's like, oh my god, I can't get enough of it. But I have it like bridged over to WWE. I understand too that there's like a rivalry, almost like Marvel and DC. Like you either love
it feels
WWE
like
or you love AEW. You can't love them both. You know, there's some like
it's like the Monday Night Wars again.
Yeah, exactly. But it's fun. Like I gotta admit, wrestling's come a long way. Like like there's guys that do craziest shit I've ever seen in the ring now.
Yeah. So if Hogan had like 20 back surgeries, just dropping a leg, what are these guys going to have? And when they get older,
oh my god,
flying off the top rope and bouncing.
I know.
It's crazy. Like what what they're doing to themselves. Like,
yeah, they should save those special moves for like the special events. They do them every week, and it's like they're just gonna kill
that's
them.
what's nuts. Yeah, they're killing themselves every week, and
but that was
should be doing it on pay-per-views and stuff. You know,
that was a really good tribute though for Hogan on WWE. It's pretty with the SmackDown. I think.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, I saw that. Saw that. That was making the rounds on social media, so I watched it. And it was like sad to see Jimmy Hart.
I know.
He was just at my Comic-Con last year.
Yeah.
And Jimmy Hart was such a sweetheart, man. He was awesome. Really nice guy.
I heard a story like there were like, you know, there was a lot of like, you know, some with Hogan, he was very complex, you know what I mean? There's like some bad stories too, whatever. But then like somebody I forget was sharing a story on one of the who called in and that sports channel radio show that I was listening to. And he said, yeah, well, Jimmy Hart you know, and Hogan were at like a signing, whatever, and some guy had a picture of a kid who couldn't make it to the event, the signing, because he was sick in a wheelchair. He had you know, cancer. You know, he couldn't make it to the event. It's like oh, he wishes you could be here, but he can't. You know, it's like, oh, what's the number and the address? You know, like Jimmy Hart asked him for that, and it's like, oh yeah, and it's like, do you have a contact name? And then like weeks later, that guy that gave the picture for him to sign, the woman called him, you know, the parent, whatever. It's like, you never believe what's happening right now. Like Jimmy Hart and like two limousines pulled up with like Hogan and Brutus and like all these like wrestlers came out to greet the kid. I'm like, so that's, you know, cool, you know, my great story.
That's pretty awesome.
I think he did more good than you know, whatever bad things he may have done. Who knows?
Yeah, right. Well, you just look at that. But... yeah, right.
That's based on perspective, but yeah.
Exactly. You gotta. I look at it like this: wrestling, it wouldn't be where it is without
right for
Hogan,
sure.
You know,
absolutely.
Sure.
He was wrestling. He was.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like they tried replacing him with the Warrior, and then he went nowhere, and they brought him back. They kept bringing him back.
He was the gateway to bring everyone in.
Definitely was. Like he was the bridge.
It's kind of like for me, it's kind of like Optimus Prime dying. You know what I mean? It's like he was like the leader. But the wrestlers, you know, like
I like that. That's a good comparison, actually. Anyways, we can talk about wrestling.
Are you going to be at Terrificon?
What's up?
Are you going to be at Terrificon again?
Yeah, I will. Yeah, I got a table for Terrificon. You going to be there?
I'll be there one of the days, but I wanted to mention how I was saying I was doing more stories from Return to Randor. So you know the masked Matador character, correct? Right here.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So I did another short story that takes place after the graphic novel, and it's going to be in this anthology book that me and my comic brothers are putting out. It's called Stockpile Long Play.
Okay.
And it's going to have 4 short stories from all of our own like ongoing comic books.
Oh, cool! So you get a taste of each other's like
and they're all short stories that take place from those comic lines. So Ryan Miller is doing a story from Monsters of Mars, which is a comic series that him and Joel Lawler do. Joe Daxberg is doing a Star Bardo short. I'm doing this book, Endless Echoes, which is a Matador-centric story.
Okay.
And Joel Lawler is doing Ghosts, which is a story from his Forever Winter comic series.
Oh, nice. Any of those guys going to be at Terrificon?
Yeah, we're all going to be there.
Oh, nice. You guys are going together?
They're going to be manning the booth all 3 days. I'm only going to be able to be there one day. I'm not sure which day.
I gotcha. Oh, cool.
Yeah, it just literally came from Comics Wellspring. We just got them like yesterday.
Oh, nice, dude.
Those all sound like amazing stories, but I'm wondering how Mangull is doing. What's he up to?
Oh, yeah, good question. You know about Mangull?
That's a card. I've heard of him. Yes, I've seen a picture, and he looks amazing.
All I can say is to get on social media and tweet that you want more Mango, and we'll see what happens. Because we're all waiting for more Mango.
I mean, I was a big fan of.
Says I'll be by to get one, Tony.
Cool, awesome.
What day are you going to be there? Saturday?
Probably Saturday.
Okay,
but I'll let you know.
Yeah, let me know. Like, if you end up walking around, look for me because I tend to not really. Once I'm at the show and I'm at my booth, I tend to stay there most of the day.
I know it's so hard because it's just like it's just a nonstop flow of people, and you don't want to
Yeah.
leave, and yeah.
Well, like
I get it.
the whole like fanboy side of it is kind of
Hmm.
gone from me now. Like
Hmm.
because I've done so many shows that like I don't
Yeah.
get that excitement to walk around anymore. I do like I'll do on a Friday when it's kind of dead,
Hmm.
but the
Hmm.
Saturday and Sunday I tend to
and
stay right at my booth because
oh, what happened? Oh no!
What's that?
The comments. I'm seeing these comments about Mangull. No,
Rip. Who's Mangull?
No, the guy we were just
Mangull is a
talking about.
character created by Ryan Miller, which is
for the
Yeah.
story. Okay, I thought we were back on wrestling or for something.
No.
Oh, no.
So Mangull is an amazing comic created by Ryan Miller in the Stockpile universe, and it's literally a seagull who is strong enough to rip the arms off a man and smart enough to use them. So it's kind of like a monster book where he's
I
got
think I've seen
man
that.
arms.
Do you sell that at your table too?
Yeah, when we all get together,
Yeah,
Ryan's usually there. We have it at the
I think
booth.
I saw that book. He's got like regular human arms, right?
And he
that's
uses
pretty funny.
guns and weapons and stuff.
There's been too much death. I don't want to hear about the death of Mangull.
Well, you need to tweet and get a. We need to get like a sign, get 1,000 signatures. Petition, to bring him back.
I was a huge fan of Manimal, so that's why I'm liking Manimal. So.
I remember Manimal, so good. And then so that's pretty cool news for on the comic front, and I'm glad you're back to making comics. Why did you stop for a year? Was there a reason? Just wasn't inspired, or?
Well, I'm working on a book called Overforce right now, and I've been working on it for like a couple years, and I was kind of working on that throughout the year, just chipping away at pages.
Okay.
And it was slow moving. But I'm actually working on that right now. It's like a X-Force X-Men inspired book.
Okay.
That I'm working on, and I'm going to be like doing it with another guy, Alex Harris, and I met him when I was working on The Tick.
Oh, okay.
And we're each doing a story that's going to meet in the middle of the book, and it like flips upside down like those old 90s comics where you can get two stories in one comic.
Yep.
So we're working on that right now. But at the time that year, I was kind of chipping away at that and just doing like commissions and sketch covers and stuff like that. So.
Oh, okay. So you didn't stop really. It was just you weren't making sequential comics basically. You were doing other things. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. And then you sent me some pictures here too for the figures.
Yeah, I wanted to make a little surprise here because actually you were the one that inspired me kind of to do this.
I wanted to ask you about it. Like, so yours came out really good, dude. Did you do everything? Like, I gave you the steps on how we made the breakfast brawlers for Mighty Mascots. Did you follow those steps, or did you deviate at all? Or
I thought about when I saw your stuff, I was like over a year ago. I was like, man, I can, I feel like this is like something I'd love to do, and like seeing you do it just inspired me.
Okay.
So over the year, I was thinking about it, and then I met someone at IC3, this guy named Jacob, and he designs like miniatures and figures, and he kind of was like, "Oh, I like your characters. We should." He bought one of my books and stuff. So we ended up talking it out, and he designed like figures for me, and we kind of worked it out, and he gave me the files, and we're 3D printing them. But yeah, I can like show you right now, but it's been a long process. But
I have the pictures you sent me, but you have some physically right there.
I don't have
this is an exclusive.
These are Return to Reindeer figures here, right?
Oh shit! You went all out.
So this is the
packaging
unpainted
and everything, huh?
Unpainted, right?
Okay.
But the painted prototypes are currently with someone who's painting the full run of figures.
Okay.
But
where did you get the plastic packaging? Did you find that online somewhere?
No, that's been a long process of finding someone that I can source to do this, and it's designed specifically for the figures with the tray and everything.
Oh wow!
So, so when you get this figure, it's got the card back,
yeah,
and then it's got the figure, and we're gonna get a trading card in there, and you get the figure with the accessories.
Fantastic, dude.
And then here's the card back to on the back. with the other figures that are normal.
Great too. Like I figured that's an easy thing to do, the card back, but like the plastic part, I was looking into doing that a little bit, and yeah, you're right. There's nothing. You have to have something made special for your figures.
And then the chase figure, which I'm not going to be making many of, is the bruised version of the Lone Savior, which has a luchador mask.
Can I ask what the suggested retail price is going to be on these?
I'm going to be launching these in the fall, and I mean they're going to be most likely no more than $30 a piece.
Okay,
so we'll see.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. Each set of not 30, but 25 for each breakfast brawler figure. And here I got the painted ones that you sent me. So
if you want to show those,
people, because these are pretty impressive.
So those were prototypes that you had there, and people can paint them, or they're gonna be just
they will be fully painted when you get the figure.
Okay.
The ones he's gonna show were the painted prototypes. They're gonna look a little different from that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
they'll look a little different from this. They're not going to be as glossy. They're going to be a little bit different though. So yeah,
it came out really good though, Tony. I gotta admit, like
thanks, and they're articulated as well. They got 5 points of articulation.
How'd you do that? No, so he designed. So when you had to have them 3D printed, did you have to do each individual part?
Yes. So they all print separate pieces.
Do they come together? Like a G.I. Joe 3-inch or something, like where
they snap together, like the torso kind of holds all the pegs of the limbs, and it snaps closed, and they can kind of just freely turn.
Wow. So you went like further than I ever did, because mine are they're just a figure, like they're like like a little mini statue. So you actually made an action figure like that. That's pretty damn awesome.
The body will have like painted scars, so it'll have a little more texture to it. So,
dude, these are impressive.
Thanks. And as far as the packaging, I just wanted that experience of getting like a legit retail figure.
Yeah.
So it's been a long process, but it's like all coming together soon.
Did now when you had the plastic bubble made to put the figure in, was that the most expensive part of the whole thing, or
the most expensive part is the design for sure.
Really? Okay.
Having someone design the figures, but the plastic bubble, the hard part is I spent a lot of time trying to find a source to do this for me.
And, do you have to go overseas? Because I know you can probably get stuff done over in China.
I found somebody online that was willing to help me out. They don't typically do this type of thing.
Okay.
So it was kind of like a handshake deal that we made, you know.
I gotcha. That's cool though, because that's what I kind of wanted to do with Mascots at first. Like I wanted to have a card back and like the plastic bubble, but then I ended up just going, the route I did, and then they look pretty good though. People are pretty happy with them that received them on the crowdfunding. And then I'll probably have them for the first time at Terrificon this year.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah, so I'll have them there at the table. And I'm just going to bring a few sets. And me and my wife are going back and forth every day. So if I sell some, I can bring them back up there. But you get the whole set for like, all 8 of them for like $100.
Oh, nice. Yeah, the big thing for me is just thinking about how great it'll look on a table with all my books and everything.
Yeah, right. And think about this too, like, very unique. No other creator really has that stuff, you know. So that's what's cool about it. I was looking into possible like little mini cereal boxes, but that's even more expensive trying to make something like that happen,
Mini ones, that's more those boxes.
Well, trying to make a cereal box with the printing on it and everything. It would have been way too much to do it for every figure that I have,
Well, you
it was just one.
You should do one box with the whole set and then make that the deluxe packaging for all of them.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea, and do like here's the full assortment or something. Yeah, I'll have to think about that. That could be cool. I'm curious to see how they sell first, and if it's going to be like something that goes right away, or I sit on them for years before I sell out of the, the little set that I still have left, So I know we'll see. We'll just keep it going,
and then you can create the laboratory where it all happened. You can sell that as a set.
Right. Yeah, you get the laboratory play set or the supermarket play set. Yeah. Amy says it looks great. My wife says your figures.
Oh, thank
awesome,
you.
Oh, yeah,
so that's great.
Appreciate that.
Yeah, I'm impressed. When I saw the pictures earlier today when you sent me, I was like, wow. You did it, man. They look awesome.
Thanks, man.
I didn't know you did all the packaging too. That was great. Great stuff.
I do graphic design for a day job, so that was like, kind of comes natural.
That was the
to
easy
me to
part.
do stuff like that. Yeah.
That's awesome. Are you doing it besides Terrificon? You doing any other shows this year, Tony?
No, I'm gonna be. I applied for Mice, but I haven't heard yet if I've gotten in or not. So that's always.
I gotta apply again. I haven't applied since that year I met you, and just because I know that they're really picky every year, so I should start applying again. But me and Johnny did get into SPX this year for the first time.
Oh, you're gonna be
going to there. Never been to that show. Have you?
Yeah, I've done it like 3 or 4 times, I think. Yeah.
You said it was pretty good, if I remember right?
Actually, you know what? I remember I came back on the show one time after I did it, and Johnny did it, and you brought me on as like a recap.
That's right. That's
show.
The last time you were on. Yeah.
That's
right. Yeah. And you said it was great, and Johnny was kind of like so about it.
Yeah, I'm kind of so on the show in general, but I actually did pretty good at the show. I sold a lot of stuff, but the vibe, cool. Like it doesn't feel like it did like back in 2010, 2011. So.
Yeah, I get that feeling. So I'm curious to how this will be my first time.
Oh, it's totally
I know I won't make money because of all the money we're spending to be there, but I just want to be there and taking the vibe. Hopefully it's a vibe like IC3 or even Mice. Like,
IC3 feels like what SPX used to be back in like 2010, 2011.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
So it's gone the other way. It's gone like a more mainstream kind of.
I don't know. You'll see like when you're there. It's just I don't know. I just don't feel like the type of people like my readers are there. Kind of like
okay.
I don't know. It's more like
That's what Johnny kind of said too.
Yeah. Like a lot of like zine things, like slice of life stuff. Like comic strip type of stuff.
Yeah, right. That was more the vibe.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, you're selling prints too at these shows, right? Your Return to Randor pages and things like that. Aren't you doing that? Selling those at
like the original art.
I thought you were. I saw you. I think in a different show that you're holding up some like kind of like prints that you were selling, or
I have sold prints in the past. Yeah, it depends on.
It depends on. You do sometimes. I remember at Mice you had some, right? Like.
Yeah, like every once in a while I'll do one. I'm actually working on one right now, that like for a Turtles wrestling print. Like how they did the stump wrestling.
Yeah.
I'm working on a print for that. Like that I'll whenever it's done, I'll probably do it. I do like short runs.
Like, that's actually a pretty good idea to have the Turtles wrestling.
I posted on my Instagram. I posted the black and white.
What does my stand for anyway?
Oh, it's on your Instagram. Let me see if I can find it while we're talking.
Massachusetts Independent Comic Expo.
Oh, okay. I never heard of that. Never heard of Mice. But...
Yeah, I don't think Johnny's ever been, Harry, but I have. I went one year and it was I had a blast. I love those kind of shows though. So
it's kind of a weird name.
Oh yeah, see, this is cool. Let me share this. This is pretty awesome, actually. Let's see. So this is your version of the Turtles in like WrestleMania.
Well, this is based off the designs of the stump wrestling from the Archie comics. So they actually were in a wrestling like storyline for like a couple issues.
Oh, that's cool. I never knew that. I that was from the Archie version of the Turtles.
Yeah,
that's cool.
And
I
like
didn't follow that series all that much.
Raphael has like a symbiote suit, kind of like Venom.
Oh, neat. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. I didn't know that. Wow, so I may have to go catch that run sometime. See what's up. But that's cool, man. That came out awesome. So you're gonna make that as a print? I think that's a good idea.
Yeah.
The people who get it too, like on top of it being turtles, will love that.
Yeah, it's like kind of like a deep cut, you know.
Yeah, I love that. Deep cuts are my favorite.
Mm-hmm.
And that was that. You had that other book that I really liked at Mice. What was it? It was the body horror one. Was it Skin Deep? Yeah, that one. Yeah, that one's great.
Yeah,
that was good.
I did this. Actually, did this with Ryan Miller, who's the creator of Mangle. So we co-created this book together, and I drew the whole thing.
Oh, wow, you collected it into one volume now?
Yeah, I don't. Last time it might have been in issues when I was on here last, but now, yeah, it's one volume now.
That's awesome. So, that was good. It was good body horror. Are you excited for that? Speaking of body horror, are you excited for that new movie with Dave Franco? And
I'll be there. I'll actually get my ticket for tomorrow night. I'm going.
Yeah, is it coming out this week?
Yeah, it comes out tomorrow.
I don't know why, but body horror freaks me out. So I'm excited for this movie because like I don't get really scared anymore on anything, but the body stuff just does freak me out.
So I just watched what's that movie? What's that movie with Demi Moore?
Oh, it's Substance.
Oh my God.
Substance.
Holy,
I love that movie.
Holy shit! At the end, I'm like, how do they not notice her walking out to the stage?
I love that
movie. That movie went wild.
She had like 11 heads.
The most wildest thing about that movie that it got nominated for Best Picture. Like, and never in a million years.
And the acting was deliberately horrible, but it wasn't that good of an acting by any. I mean, but I guess that was the whole point. I mean, but it won awards.
I loved it. I unabashedly loved that movie.
It was so predictable too. You know what was going to happen in the end. The younger version was going to like abuse the thing. But
I love that though.
Yeah, but you knew it was going to happen that way.
No way. Of course. She hated herself. You could tell that right from the beginning. So it's great. Great stuff.
I loved it.
Yeah, me too. One of the best movies last year. So dude, everything looks great. Thanks, I don't know if you mentioned, are you going to be anywhere else besides Terrificon this year? Or is
like I said, Mice is up in the air for this year, but that would be it if I get
That'd be it? Okay.
Yeah.
And are you still living in Massachusetts?
Yep.
Okay, cool. Yeah, you'll have to come back to Plastic City one of these years.
I know. Like I said, it always my kids' birthdays are both in August, so it's like sometimes their birthdays are on that day and stuff. So
gotcha.
Yeah, I plan to.
Is that
they change the date depending on what the attendance is like in August? Yeah. So we'll see. I feel like it's going to be better than what we've had, but we'll see.
Are your kids twins, or is that good timing?
Or bad timing. But
yeah, right.
No, not twins.
Oh, okay.
Awesome. All right. Well, Tony, any other any place you want to direct the fans, like where people can find you, where people can buy your comics, things like that?
Yeah, if you go to my Instagram at T Sedani, it's got a link to my store, where I sell all my stuff, and future things will be posted on there. Or give me a follow or direct message, and I'm available. So I do commissions and things like that too. So
awesome, man.
Vote Mangle. Get him back.
Yes, and go online on Twitter. Right. I mean, not Twitter. There's no more Twitter. Go on Instagram and demand more Mangle, and we'll see what happens.
I will make sure of it.
Nice.
Right after the show.
I like that character. You shouldn't get
at Ryan Miller. RianMiller.
Yeah.
Is it just because he wants to do more serious comics? Is that what it is?
Well, he's doing Monsters of Mars, which is a great book, and which is in this new anthology. So everything he does is great. So
awesome.
But we want more Mangle.
Yeah, right.
Nice.
I do.
All right, Tony. Well, thanks for coming on the show, man.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely. I hope to see you at Terrificon. If not,
I'll definitely.
I always see you at least once a year somewhere. So
yeah, I'm not like tabling like myself. Like I mean, my buddy's got the table and they got the books and stuff, but I'll probably be walking around and just saying hi and everything.
So yeah, hopefully I run into you then. I think I'm going to be somewhere in the Artist Alley area, but I'm not sure. So yeah, I'm sure I'll see you. All right, man. Well, thanks a lot.
All right, Tony.
And we'll talk
nice
to you.
Meeting you.
See you, Harry. See you, Keith.
All right.
Yep.
See you. Awesome. How crazy those figures though, huh?
Oh, that was really awesome.
Dude, it's like great. Like
you guys should
like I told him everything that I had done with the you know, the breakfast brawlers, and he just went to the next level, dude.
Yeah,
that's so cool. You know,
he's got a 5-point articulation. You got 1, but it's still this still look great. It's pretty awesome,
right? No, I mean, I love that. I would love to go to that level. You know, it's just money. Like if you had the money to do everything, you could. You know, it's just
all you need is
a
money.
lot going on.
Yep.
And besides, if it was just that the figures that I was making is one thing, but trying to do that, make comics, you know, order everything else, and you know,
I wonder if you can bring back the stretch dolls.
That would be cool. I would love that. Or like the squishy dolls or something, you know, something like that would be really cool.
Maybe that's could be something.
But yeah, no, I overall though, I don't know. It's been fun, and I've been doing like more promotion for the new one that I'm doing, Kid Switch. So I'll show that off at the end of the show. But I've been trying to get more people interested in that one. Taking a slight little break from Mighty Mascots, but I'll be starting to write the next chapters of that soon as well. You know,
that's cool. Yeah.
So looking forward to our second guest is now in the green room. So why don't we go ahead and bring him in? Give me 1 second here. Interested to see what he's up to.
A second Tony. It's like a Tony night tonight.
Yeah, no, it's a Tony night. Triple T.
Yeah.
All right. Without further ado, our second guest tonight is Tony James, which we haven't seen for a little while here. So we'll catch up with him and see what's going on. What's up, man?
Hey,
there he is.
Hey, man. How's it going, dude?
Well, just one Tony away from a Tony show.
I know.
I know, right?
It's like
I thought about that when I was putting the thumbnail together and all that. I was like, man, we got 2 Tonys. If
it's like Joker's wild, Joker.
Yeah, right.
No, almost.
Yeah.
Johnny wanted me to say hello. He's traveling. Did give you the whole spiel?
This is kind of like a reoccurring thing with Johnny. Like when I'm on here, he's usually not.
I know. What's up with that? Like it's just bad timing all around, you know.
Well, I'll see him at Terrificon. So we'll
Oh, you're gonna be at Terrificon this year?
Yes, sir.
You got a table?
Yeah, first time. Mm-hmm.
Oh, awesome, dude. Stop by. Make sure you stop by. I'm not the type to walk around the show a lot.
Yeah.
Once I'm at the show, I'm behind my table. I'm like all business, you know.
Yeah, I get my hellos in like early on.
I try to do that stuff on Friday if I can.
Yeah.
And then I'm like all business the rest of the weekend. But yeah, that's awesome. I'm glad you'd be there. Then we'll finally meet face to face. It's been a long time coming.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome. Yeah.
Tony,
is this your
wait,
you've only done a handful of shows, right? Is this like your biggest
this is
one,
this is the first out-of-state one I've done.
Okay.
Yeah,
you've done what's
Brooklyn.
the one me and Johnny were playing with the idea of going to
Brooklyn.
Long Island.
Yeah, Brooklyn.
That's what it is. Yeah.
And
you do well at that, right?
Yeah.
Nice.
Although
one
this one had a little bit of cosplay incidents where there were cosplayers taking too many pictures in front of tables. So
that happened.
Even though they had like designated areas, there were guys that like were setting up like stand-up lights to take photos, and you're like, wow, you're like blocking 4 tables right now. Like nobody can get by.
That's why people that's why creators get annoyed at cosplayers. Like I used to, when it was first starting to happen in like 2014, I was so annoyed. I was like, oh, will you guys just go? Like they would just stand there and everybody would just stop to take pictures
there was one. There was he had like a lightsaber and he was swinging it around and he hit one of the tables, and I was like, if you hit the table, you got to buy something from it.
I agree.
Yeah.
I'm sure he just ran away, right?
They just but it was a good thing. It was a good show. Yeah, there was a lot of pro wrestling.
To go back to Hulk Hogan, but speaking of wrestling, your mustache reminds me that, you know, going back to Hulk Hogan, like he is one guy, right, that you can just have show his mustache and everyone knows who he is. You can just have the Fu Manchu, and you know exactly who you're talking about. You know what I mean? Like, that's how famous he was. Like his his facial hair is like famous, like
like you could draw just like a face and put that mustache on it.
Not even the face, like you can have like a bandana and a mustache, and you know exactly who it is. You don't need anything else.
Iconic.
Yeah.
So that show does a lot of pro wrestling, right? Too. Don't they put on like live events there?
Yeah, there was actually a cosplay Royal Rumble where like they all like they were cosplayers, but then they also wrestled. So that was pretty fun.
That's interesting.
I was basically like having Gwen like man the table like during like a dead hour, and I was like, all right, I'm gonna leave and go look at some wrestling real quick, and then I'll come back. And the entire time I'm like, there's somebody at the table right now. I bet you there is. Like the second you leave the table, that's when someone's gonna show up.
Oh, that happens all the time. Yeah. Like I'll leave, and then like Amy's like, get back here, such and such is at your table, or like it always happens.
And then the readers are very adamant about having me like sign the book. So like so I was like basically like signing a bunch so I could go watch wrestling and then come right back.
That's awesome.
It's a good show.
No, that's good to hear that because usually sometimes shows like that where it's very cosplay heavy, they're not into buying comics, and that's good to hear. In New York, it's not the case.
There is a little bit of that. I think there were parts of it like on the second day that was just like, is this a comic convention or a cosplay convention? Because
there would be like long periods where you didn't sell anything, right?
Yeah, because there was just like I've seen the same One Piece character walk by several times now, and he's not holding anything, so he's not buying from any table.
Yep.
So
some of those cosplays are pretty cool. Like I've like I said early on back in like 2012, I used to get annoyed by them a lot, but after it took me a few years, and I kind of I like those guys now. I feel like they're part of the experience. Like I just don't like when shows make the whole show about them.
Yeah,
that those are the ones I don't like, because it's like
the
you guys wouldn't even be dressing up if these guys didn't create those characters,
for sure. For sure. I mean, because it's a social media era, so they want the clicks.
Yeah,
so.
Exactly.
Yeah,
and so as long as you know that's the level you're dealing with, what'd you say, Harry?
It's becoming Halloween for adults. These conventions. People dress up in there. But I know your favorite was the shirtless guy at your convention a few years ago at Plastic City.
Did I ever tell you that story, Tony?
No. What was the deal?
So this at my convention one year, it was like the second or third year I was doing the show. We had this guy show up, and he came in. He was dressed in like a suit, and like he stood right in the entrance, like where people were going onto the convention floor. And he took his shirt off, and he just would flex. And he was just like, he would hold his flex like a statue.
Yeah.
And then a minute later, he would do a different flex. And he would just kept repeating it over.
He wasn't a known character. He was like a guy.
Yeah, just some regular guy. And like people were just like taking pictures with him. And like, I don't know if it was a bizarre performance art or if it was just like. So when I talked to him, he was like, I was like, what's going on? What is this? And he's like, oh, I've just been working out. I wanted to show off.
Oh, it showed.
It's like, okay. And we never seen him again. Now he's like a local legend. It's really wild. We called him the Fitchburg Flexer because it was
Fitchburg Flexer.
Yeah, because at the show is in the town of Fitchburg. So it was just like everyone that was there that year knows who we're talking about. So it's pretty funny.
That's funny.
Stuff of legend.
I did witness that when I was there.
Yeah, no, I'm glad you did. So what have you been up to, dude? Since I think the last time you were on was our writing workshop thing, which was
that was fun. I went to Brooklyn Comic Con. That was great. I had a good time. I've mastered the art of schlepping up and down the city.
Okay. What do you mean, like just like
selling? I mean like taking all of the comic gear to the show.
Yeah.
You'd be curious to know how many New Yorkers it takes to help you downstairs from Queens all the way to Brooklyn. It's actually 3. Yeah. It's actually 3. Three good Samaritan New Yorkers will help you down the stairs.
Oh, nice. Do you have your whole setup now like to fit in like 2 tubs or whatever. And
I got man, my first time at a convention, I had a really bad hand truck that got just bent and beat to pieces. So I spent a little extra money on a slightly nicer one that's more durable, and that helped out a lot. Going home with the inventory was much lighter going home.
Yeah,
so
that's nice.
That's always
the best part. It's tougher too when you travel to shows. Are you driving up or are you taking like a train?
I'm driving. It's a terrific.
Okay.
One, but,
so you'll be able to fit everything you need into the car. That won't be too bad. Like me and Johnny are going to SPX. So that one I got to kind of figure out because we're going to fly. So I'm going to have to figure out how to get everything into a suitcase. Gotcha. So I don't want to ship it there. I feel like that's just going to
risky.
Well, I guess it's risky either way because if the airport loses the luggage, that's kind of.
How are you with flying, Keith? Do you like to drink some milk with like some medicine in it?
I'm good with flying usually. like I just hate the popping, the ears popping stuff.
Like B.A. Baracus, you don't need to be knocked out.
Yeah, no, I don't.
That's good.
No, I never had a fear of that.
I hate flying though. It scares the hell because you're basically in a tin can with like rockets strapped to it. You know what I mean?
When you break it down to that level,
it's pretty scary. But Tony, you got a new book, right? Moonshiners. I was going to ask you, where did that story come from? I want to know.
Star Noir, the other book that comes from my love of like old Hollywood movies. This one is my love for Westerns. Tombstone is my favorite Western of all time.
I would have to agree with you. That's my favorite.
It's a great movie.
I love that movie.
I quote Doc Holliday lines all the time.
She stole that movie.
Yeah,
he was the guy.
Yeah, I just the beginning where it's like, well, Ed, if I thought you were my friend, then I just couldn't bear it.
Yeah.
But other ones like the Wild Bunch, I think that's a great movie. I think that really kicks ass. And then from like a dialogue standpoint, I have a lot of reverence for the show Deadwood. The way that they wrote the show. I've never
watched that. I've always heard it was good though.
It's a very good show. They unexpectedly canceled the show, so when you're watching it, you get to the third season and it sort of slams on the brakes. And it does like a quick and then the villain left, and that was it. And you're like, "Whoa, what just happened here?"
Didn't they do a movie to kind of wrap it up? Or
yeah.
Did the
So
movie wrap it up or no?
Yeah. So about 10 years after it was canceled, they brought the entire cast back, and we're like, okay, so all of those storylines that we kind of left in the wind, we're gonna come back, do a big movie where we wrap all that stuff up. So at least the fans of the show have some closure.
Okay.
But I highly recommend it. I mean, just from the dialogue alone. And it's
I'm open to it. I'm always looking for a good Western movie I'll have to watch that soon because I feel like that's a spot on my spot that I'm missing in my Western.
No matter when it's on TV, I always watch it. Or like Tombstone.
Which one?
I Tombstone. I have to have.
Tombstone's so good.
I've seen it like 1,000,001 times, but
I saw that in the theater. If you guys can believe that.
I've seen it. Yeah,
I was in high school when that came out, and I freaking loved that scene in the theater.
Talk about mustaches. That movie is like, right with them. It's like Sam Elliott. And,
You know what's funny is the Kevin Costner Wyatt Earp one is pretty good, but it doesn't touch Tombstone. It's way too long too.
That's why he did Yellowstone.
Which I did. People recommended that show to me. I watched season 1. I could not get into it.
I made it 3 episodes and then I was done.
I like
You're done yet? People kept telling me, "Oh, it's amazing. Kevin Costner's amazing," and he doesn't do anything in that first season. He walks around, drinks coffee, and I was like, "What are they talking about?" Like,
I liked him in Hatfields and McCoys. That was pretty awesome miniseries.
Well, Horizon. If you guys haven't seen that, I'm dying.
I haven't seen that yet. I'm interested in seeing that one.
I would say wait now because I don't even I wouldn't recommend watching it unless they're supposed to do four movies.
Okay.
And I haven't seen part 2 yet, which is already done and made. They just haven't released it yet, and I don't know what the heck's going on. I don't know if he's trying to
doing like an Avatar thing. They're just gonna
I think so. I think he's trying to get the funding so he can do 3 and 4, but he doesn't. He's he's big on trying to get the movie released in theaters, and it's like, I guess the only people interested are like Netflix and things like that. So it's like he has to either let that go and let the movies just be streaming, or I don't know what his big hang up is, but it's really good. You can tell it's a passion project of his. So I recommend it, but I only recommend it if they release finally part 2. So.
Speaking of Netflix, you guys watch Happy Gilmore 2?
I've not seen that
yet. It was disappointing.
Yeah, I agree. It wasn't.
MJF was in it though, from AEW.
Oh, that's funny.
I didn't laugh once.
He's one of Adam Sandler's kids, so it was great.
I saw a clip with Eminem. He plays the heckler's son from the first movie.
Yeah, right.
I thought that was
there's a couple chuckles in the movie, but overall it was
more
long and depressing too.
That's two more than I had, Keith.
Oh yeah. Oh really? I thought what part was funny was the when he had to recreate his new happy place. I thought that was pretty funny.
All right.
His new happy place was like sitting on the toilet watching viral videos and stuff. I thought that was really funny. I don't know.
Cool.
But yeah, it was very disappointing for a sequel. And
it's basically like a recap of his what's happened to him since the first movie, and then like in case you don't remember this guy, here's a clip. They show like a past I don't know.
Yeah, it was like a clip show, and
right. I'm like, oh, that's that guy, and that's that guy. I'm like, okay. And then
it was like one of those.
And Jaws' son had an accent. How did that happen?
I was trying to think of a sequel it reminds me of. It's like in some ways it reminded me of that new Indiana Jones movie, where it's like, because Indiana Jones was such a sad sack in that movie, it was like kind of depressing. This one was kind of depressing too, in the way Happy Gilmore's life kind of turns out after the first 5 minutes, and you're like, oh, this is the route they're going down. It was just like, I don't know. I couldn't recommend it to you guys.
I'm pretty surprised that they made a sequel to that, because that one seemed very like self-contained. Like
it's almost like Dumb and Dumber.
Actually, you know what it's like? It's like Clerks 3. Did you guys ever see Clerks 3?
No, I just saw the second one.
Okay. It's kind of like that one. Depressing as fuck. But anyways, let's get back to I want to hear more about this Moonshine comic. Like I looked at the Kickstarter for it when you launched it, and the artwork is great. Is this a new artist that you're working with?
Yeah. His now I can actually say what the name of the artist is. His name is Luke Horseman, which I thought was.
I was gonna say all the people, your team has like Western type names. Like James is like a kind of like Jesse James, and Horseman. It's all Westernish, kind of, Like,
the colorist name is Gonzalo Saloon. So
that's pretty amazing.
Now, did you hire them because their names were that, or
no? I was looking around for artists. Luke actually started following me because of Star Noir, and he was liking a bunch of posts. And then I looked at his art, and it had a very like unique kind of art style. I couldn't help but look at it, and then seeing the last name.
If this is a compliment, it's very Daniel Warren Johnson, or very George Corona, the guy that's drawing Transformers right now.
Yeah,
got that look to it.
And then his last name being Horseman, I told Gwen, I was like, it would be so funny if I do this Western and we get the artist name, his last name is Horseman.
I love that.
But it's great.
That couldn't be more perfect,
Yeah, he draws Judge Dredd for 2000 AD.
Oh, okay.
That's his big thing that he works on. And I sent him the script for the first book, and he was like totally into it. So it's basically the retired outlaw gets his posse back together so they can ride to the far side of the moon to save the moon's only energy source, which is helium-3, which is a real element. It is basically the sun kind of has solar winds that kind of go across the surface of the moon, and so the rocks are essentially supercharged. So the scientists say that like 200 pounds of this could run the city of Dallas for a year. Because it's very powerful stuff, and is probably, once we have the technology to go to space and build a mining colony on the moon, that's probably the number one resource that we are going to harvest. So I thought, that'd be great. That'd be a great premise for a Western. And also, the moon is a very kind of, very desolate, uninhabitable place. It's closer to being like in Antarctica or the bottom of the ocean. And I really wanted to kind of like figure out how to do like basically like a Sergio Leone kind of, big spaghetti Western with big shots and a lot of action, while 90% of it takes place, directly on the surface of the moon, not in some town hub somewhere where it's like you get into a hub and it's basically, well, this could be anywhere. It's like fully committing to this the location and trying to figure out how would they get around. What are their spacesuits? How are they designed? The cowboy hat was kind of a tricky one. Because it's a staple of a Western. You can't have a Western and not have characters that don't wear cowboy hats. But on the moon, it would be kind of a silly just to like plop one on a space helmet. So Luke and I, we kind of came up with this way where it's actually sort of like a bullet shield, where you pull it down in front of your face, almost like a medieval like visor. So it becomes almost like a bandit mask when it's pulled forward, and when it's up, it's a cowboy hat.
Oh, that's cool. Kind of like you ever see that cartoon Silverhawks? They used to have those face masks that come down that made them look like hawks.
Yeah,
like it was like almost like a beak kind of thing. That's cool. I like that a lot.
The
artwork looks incredible, as you can see. It's like it's very George Corona. That's the first thing I thought of when I saw this.
Another Western name, kind of.
Yeah.
Corona.
And you guys said this guy draws for 2000 AD.
Yeah, Judge Dredd. Mm-hmm.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
I could see like a little bit of the European kind of look to it too.
Yeah, he's from the UK, so his emails contain the word rubbish a lot.
I like the main character's name, Wade Gallows, because I'm a Red Sox fan, of course.
Wade Gallows,
one of my favorite players of all time, Wade Boggs.
Yeah, who also had a mustache.
Yeah, I know.
It's a great name. It's a great Western name, Wade Gallows. I like that.
Yeah.
So it just it's a Western, through and through. It fully commits to all the tropes, but also kind of flips them on their ear because of the lunar setting that we're on.
Yep.
It's a 6-book series. Each book is about 50 pages long. It just trying to just tell a very kind of expansive story. This is essentially a suicide mission that the team is going on. So there's a lot of people that leave, and there's very few that come back. There's a lot of betrayals. There's also aliens, like as you saw in one of those pages there. They come out of the ground, they actually cause one of 4 types of moonquakes that happen on the moon.
Cool.
The moon has four different types of moonquakes. There's one created by the polarity between Earth. There's one that's caused by the temperature spikes. It's like -300 at night, and then during the sunlight hours it's like +200. So when it shifts, earthquakes usually happen. Then there's one that's caused by meteors that just pummel the moon, and then there's a third one called shallow moonquakes that scientists are not quite sure what causes it. And so that's where we kind of like interjected the aliens are like, well, they caused the fourth one.
Gotcha.
The fourth one, the shallow moonquakes, that's where people get the moon was hollow and rang like a bell because the moon is dry. So that's some fun we have with some of the science of it. But yeah,
I know, dude, this looks great.
And
go ahead.
All
Harry.
6 books, all 6 books are already written, right?
Just like Star Noir wrote everything before we started. So yeah, we know exactly how each book plays. We're where it ends. I'm just really excited to get this off the ground and run this as sort of like an A and B campaign with Star Noir. So every time there's a new Star Noir book, there's going to be a new Moonshine book.
So like kind of consecutive, like whatever one's live, the other one's not live or fulfilling kind of thing, right?
Right. So I've got all I have work on my plate at all times. That's the dream, to work every single minute of your life.
No, that's what comics is, dude. I hate to say it. Like I come down here and it's trying to plan out each day, like, because I'm not only working on my stuff, but I'm working on other people's stuff, and it's a nightmare. So no, but this looks awesome, man. I like. So are you planning on getting like 2 of each issues of each series out a year? Is that like the plan? To try to do a couple a year?
Yeah, I mean, if I can do that, sure. I would just like to kind of get them out. I mean, like the third Star Noir book, like that's gonna go out soon. That's almost done. We're like on like the last scene of that book. And then the Moonshine one, that'll be out at the early part of next year. So I'll probably be like, there's probably like this 3-month window where I'm just like in production with something.
Yeah.
But if it
just
ever
gives you time to write more stuff and get more stuff ready, down the pipe.
Yeah, for sure. With the one thing with Moonshine, with the dialogue, like Star Noir, it was a lot of like 1940s idioms and a lot of that fast talking that you see in those movies. But I was mentioning Deadwood earlier. And those Westerns, they have this very like elongated, speaking style. And so like with Moonshine, I wanted to do that as well. But since we don't have since it's not live action and you don't see like the performances of the characters, trying to find that balance between like doing that elongated, eloquent style, but then also like not making the reader feel like they need a dictionary.
Right. I hear you, man. That's a delicate balance though too.
So it's kind of got that long way of talking, but it's still very much accessible.
Nice. Yeah. Okay, that's cool to hear.
Yeah.
Awesome, dude. Besides the Kickstarter, where should we direct people for like social media to follow you and all that stuff?
On Instagram at BananaBat, and Twitter at T/J.
Awesome. Yeah, I think I have been following you on both of those.
Yeah.
I think. And I think definitely on Twitter. I don't know about Instagram, and maybe. I think I am. But awesome, man.
I'm almost
anything and then we'll see a Terrificon in a few weeks. Or not this weekend, the following weekend, right?
Yep.
I was so gonna go this year too, but then like this other thing came up, that is the same.
Oh yeah, weekend. Are you doing that, Harry? Are you going to Fanboy Expo?
So basically I found the job, for that weekend at Fan Expo Boston, and this guy wants me to watch his table for him. And he makes jackets with like pop art for the that he puts on the back of it, or on the makes maybe on the sleeves or whatever.
Yeah.
And he wants me to like answer people's questions and maybe wear one, wear a jacket and show it off or whatever, and like and it's gonna pay 4 days for it. I got a VIP pass. I'm like it's kind of sounds like a fun weekend.
Yeah, you get to experience what it's like behind the table.
Behind the table, right? Well, yeah. Really, because
this year is going to be interesting too, Tony, because of that. You heard about that, right? Where Fan Expo, Boston, Fan Expo Boston is the same weekend as Terrificon.
Yeah,
so I looked at the guest list, and Terrificon has a lot of the old school creators like Claremont and John Romita Jr.
Mm-hmm.
They have a couple of modern people like Jonathan Hickman, which is a great one. But Fan Expo has a lot of the top 10 guys like James Tinian and Scott Snyder. And so I'm curious to see if one show is going to affect the other one as far as attendance. So we'll see. This is the first time this has ever happened. So in our neck of the woods. So 2 major shows going the same weekend. So we'll see what happens. But
did I tell you that I was followed by Scott Snyder on Twitter now?
Are you nice, man?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Nice. Yeah, I almost had him for ICR last year. Mm-hmm. I saw him at Terrificon, gave him a card. And it was right when he was launching Absolute Batman. Yeah, and I was like, I know it's not indie, but come on, we'll talk Batman all friggin' day. I don't care. And And he just never reached out, but I gave him my card. Maybe I'll see him this year at some other show or something. But
he's very
cool as hell, man.
He's very approachable, I found.
Yeah, he is. He's very nice. He was very nice when I talked to him for a few minutes. So he approaches us from the creator level. So really cool.
I like that.
But anyways, great to see you again. And we'll see you at Terrificon.
Yeah.
Johnny can't dodge you that weekend.
No, there's nowhere to run. Can't hide from this mustache.
You're gonna come and grab a cup of coffee from him. That's like, people love it. So
100%.
Awesome. All right, man. Well, good to see you, and I'll see you next week at Terrificon.
All right, cool. Good to see you. Good to see you.
All right, Tony. See you next time.
Right.
Yep. See you later.
See you, man. Bye. Night. Awesome, man. Moonshine looks great. Looks like a great book, dude.
It's pretty cool. It like seems to write a lot of sci-fi stories, which is cool. It was up my alley.
It works though. His writing's good. Like I read both of the Star Noirs, and they're excellent. So.
I like that how it's like it seems like something, but it's like a little twist, a little alien twist.
Yeah, right. Like he has a premise, and like he's, you know what I mean? He puts it in a different setting, and it like becomes like something else,
Yeah.
So like a Western on the moon, like whoever thought of that, so that's great.
It reminds me of like that Harrison Ford movie in
Cowboys and Aliens.
Yeah, right, exactly.
Yeah, right. Which was also based off a comic book. So our third guest is here, Robbie. Let me see. Let me get this set up here real quick.
Another very busy creative person.
Yeah, I know.
She's got so many things happening. I was trying to like look up some things on her, and I was like, I didn't know where to begin. Like so many things like that she's up to.
Well, I'm sure she'll let you know everything you want to know. All right. So without further ado, let's bring in Robbie. Second time on the show. Hey, Robbie, good to see you. How's it going?
Hello. Good to see you as well.
Hey. Yeah, I know. A lot of things happening, huh? Like since the last time you've been on.
Oh yeah. A lot of things. A lot of things. Good things though, right?
Yeah. Like I when I book the guests, I always like go and check out their websites and things, and like put links and things like that. And I saw you making a film, or you made a film, like.
Yeah, I made that.
It's on I forget what it was on your website. I forget the name of it. It's
Kalimba.
Yes, that's it. Yeah. Now, is that something recently that you did since you were last on the show?
I had already done that before. I just never mentioned it. That's what I did.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, like I was like, oh wow, that you made a movie, and like Harry was asking me, hey, where can I see this movie? Like, is there? Do you have it in a place where we can check it out, or?
Yeah, we're looking for it. So it's actually, I have it on Vimeo, and I'm working on getting it on some streaming platforms. But
cool.
I'm working on it. I'm working on it.
Nice.
I was checking out YouTube.
Tubi does a lot of that stuff, right? Tubi is a good place to go, and a few other ones.
There is a handful. You just have to explore your options, but yeah, it's
gotcha.
That's like a step in the ladder for me. The short itself, anyway. So I think nice. I'm working on it still.
Nice. That's great to hear. So
it's a horror movie, though, right?
It's a horror movie. Psychological horror. Yeah.
Oh, really? Mm-hmm. Are you a big horror fan?
Okay. So when I say like because like I have an experience growing up that I don't think many people got to have. So I have an aunt who she's 10 years older than me. So that means that growing up when she was a teenager, I was like a little kid. So what this meant was that all of her nieces and nephews got the honorary treatment of like watching Freddy Krueger and like Chucky at the edge of her bed. And of course she would slip off the bed and jump through the space between the bedboard and the mattress and grab you just at the jump scares. So like I think that made me a horror genre fan, and I am so like immune to most of it. So I wanted to try my hand at it because from an economic standpoint, it's actually a very lucrative genre. But then too, I wanted to see how I could kind of take on a challenge of trying something a little bit different from the typical jump scares. So,
yeah, that's awesome. Before we go on any further, we got a special guest breaking in here on the backstage.
Wait a second. Live
Mr. Johnny C. live from San Diego.
What's up, everybody? How we doing? What's going on?
Hello.
Hey there. Sorry to break into the interview, RJ, and I have nothing to bring to the table because I literally just got to my gate at the airport. If you could see, there's my plane.
Oh my god!
Oh my god!
But I saw that we were live, and I turned to my cousin, I turned to Roger over there, and I go, hey, we're live right now. Let me sign in real quick.
Yep.
So wait. Tell us a little bit. Just give us a quick. How was San Diego Comic-Con?
San Diego was an amazing show this year. There was the foot traffic was low, the dollar count was lower. People weren't spending as much, but I made some pretty good connections, and there's a couple of opportunities that were put into play that I think are kind of more worth any dollar value alone. You know what I mean? I had a really great panel experience where, which was fun. And beyond that, there was these kids that came up to my table. I'm going to tell a little quick side story, right? My Saturday, I did really poorly. But the reason for it is that there's these kids that came up to the table with their first preview of their indie comic. And despite anybody who came to the table was flipping through the book, I wasn't giving that person attention because I was like full blown trying to help these kids. I could see how like eager they were and how much they wanted to make comics, and they were like actually hanging on like mine and my buddy Jim, who I'm at the booth with, hanging on our words. You know what I mean? And it just felt good to be able to impart comic knowledge and wisdom the same way I approached people and looked for guidance and looked for a guiding light. I now found the responsibility to have to do that myself there for these guys, and it was just fun. It was amazing to do that, and that felt better than making money all day. You know what I mean? It was good for my soul, even. You know.
The student has become the master.
Yeah, maybe, but I didn't feel like a master. But I was in the moment. I was just laying knowledge on these kids, and they were just eating it up. You know.
Yep. Because you were at one point in time, you were that kid. You know, that's good.
Well, that's why, right? Like I tell this to everybody. And Keith, you say the same thing too. It's you got to pay it forward, right? If somebody comes to you, when you've gone to other people looking for help and looking for guidance and making comics, once you are in that spot, you have to pass it on. You have to pass it forward. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. That's awesome. So you guys are literally getting on a plane right now to come back
in like a half hour. Nice. I just wanted to pop in real quick, and I wanted to say hi to RJ, and then just congrats on all your comic work, and we're looking forward to seeing more out of you soon.
Thank you so much. It was good to see you.
Likewise.
If you're still waiting at the in the lobby, like 11, pop back on.
Oh yeah. Well, so yeah, I'll see if I can do that. I'll see, or even I'll do it from the flight before we take off, if possible.
If you can't, then we'll just end the show around 11:15 or so. But
if you guys are still going when I'm settled, I'll try to pop back in.
Okay. All right.
All right.
Good.
Take care, guys. Have a good one.
Thanks for the update, John.
Yeah.
Good to hear from you.
Yeah. No worries. Take care. Bye.
That's awesome. Well, we knew he might pop in tonight. We just didn't know when, Robbie.
Yeah.
Sorry it was on your interview.
No worries. Look, surprises are wonderful.
We'll go a little longer to make up for it. So tell us. So what else have you been up to besides you made the movie? Are you still making comics?
Yes. So actually, when you guys first interacted with me, I had just freshly directed that movie, and I think I was probably still waiting to do the screening, and we've done the screening now. So I was really focused on trying to get out something for the first volume of the Seventh Kingdom, and since then, Part 1 of Volume 1 has officially released.
Oh, perfect! That's awesome.
Thank you. And so I've really been doing that. Actually, this past weekend we did a collab with Tiger Sugar where we had a whole drink series based on our characters at a certain branch in Doraville. So that was really fun. And so, yeah, that's kind of what I've been doing is just sending out the pre-orders at this point and doing little collabs with the series.
Oh, very cool. Now for the people that, for our audience, so could you refresh everybody on what that comic was about?
Yes. So the Seventh Kingdom is a sci-fi fantasy series about a young woman who goes on a journey of revenge following a fateful encounter with an entity named the Seventh Kingdom. Along the way, she assembles a team and essentially goes out to get revenge against the Seventh Kingdom and collides with dark revelations along the way. Finds out that the attack was not so unprovoked. There was a whole history that was withheld from her. And that kind of threatens to shatter her world even more than the attack, and that's really the premise of the story.
Awesome. And I saw like let me see if I can bring up your website here too. I wanted to show some like where people can find it here. There we go. And if I there we go. Is this the best place to get it from here, like from your website?
Correct. You can get it from Amazon through those online outlets. You can order the paperback directly from the website. If you want to see the preview, people can scroll down a little bit more and they'll see Global Comics. That's the ad for the Tiger Sugar thing we did. But they'll see Criminal Records, Global Oxford Comics.
Here we go, right here.
Yes.
Oh, okay, cool. So you can check out a preview here. That's awesome.
Yes.
Yeah, the artwork is great on this. No, I forget. Are you doing like, is it multiple volumes or is it like going to be one major big book? Is it?
It's going to be multiple volumes. This is an ongoing series. It just took a bit of time to get part 1 out. And really it was supposed to just be one volume release, like one and done, because it's about 120 pages or so. But the level of detail that like Walla and the team put into the illustrations, it ended up like just taking a lot of time. So we said, okay, we're going to split it in half. So yeah, it's worth it. It was worth the wait.
That's really cool. I like this a lot. Now, is this the only comic you're making right now, or is it like you have other ones that you're working on?
I have others that I'm working on, but I'm more so working on those like quietly. I'm really developing out the story for the Seven Kingdom. I've written out to like volume 24 right now.
Oh, wow,
oh my God, really? Wow.
Yes.
Wow,
very prolific.
Wow, you're envisioning that long. Like, wow,
Thank you.
No kidding.
Yeah. I you don't know, because like I don't know about you guys, but like when I watch, especially like when I watch anime, it like annoys me now that like the newer generation of like anime, a lot of them are like 12 episodes and that's it. And I understand why, for the sake of like money and profitability, but like I miss the era where you had like 50 episodes or like 100, like, you know, it's just like
1,000 plus episodes, you know.
Yeah, you get the full meal. So
or like Dragon Ball, like Dragon Ball Z is like a big one over here, you know.
I think I'm embarrassed to say that I never really got into like anime.
No, none of them?
Because it wasn't really, I mean, in my like.
Well, I know when we were growing up, we didn't really have a lot of.
What would we have? What kind of anime?
Well, I mean, like G.I. Joe was done by, you know, like Korean anime, so it had like an animation.
Oh, all right, you consider that to be anime. All right, there was an anime Thundercats at one point.
Oh yeah, there was. Yeah, no, but like, you're right. When we were growing up, we didn't have like Robotech or Star Blazers.
Yeah, I think I missed. Well, Star Blazers. I remember I watched that.
Yeah.
Briefly.
What about Fist of the North Star? A lot of people
that was a great one. That was the first. That was the first one I remember coming over. That was like really bloody and gory. Like I remember, like that was like everyone was like, "Whoa!" That one in Ninja Scrolls and Vampire Hunter D were the big ones when they first came over.
That's a good one. That's one of my favorites.
Remember those? Those were like the first ones coming over, along with Akira.
Right, right.
And those were like the first. You start with those, and you're spoiled, kind of, you know.
No, that was a different era though, like that, and you know, because I think that like the animation style now is really beautiful, but like that was back when they were like hand drawing like everything.
Yeah,
like,
right.
Yeah. So the frames for like Vampire Hunter D, I remember I went and watched that, and I like had to rewatch it again just because I was like, okay. First, I kept catching all the references back to like Castlevania, because I was like, oh, that's where they got that from.
Yeah.
But then I went back to actually like look at it, and it was just beautiful. I love that one. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that one is a great one. And like, but I get what you're saying too, like where you like to have so when you do a long form like animation, like or like manga series, you get to know like the characters a little more, and you get to see like everyday like slice of life kind of stuff when those, because it's like because they stretch it out, and it's like I kind of like that too, like on certain things. So I don't know. I guess if you have the endurance to make it is the thing, right?
The thing is, it depends on what kind of writing you like to do. I personally do not like filler.
Okay.
Which some
so
people
you like to make all 24 volumes, like every chapter
with
purpose, like a major story beat, like kind of that kind of thing.
Right, like, with purpose. But what I do is I actually one of the chapters I'm working on right now is like it's from another character's perspective, so it's giving you a refreshing break from the main character's storyline, but it's still relevant to them. But it's someone else's life that intersects with theirs, and that I don't mind. Like you said, with purpose, Harry, right? But when it's just like them randomly going to like the beach or eating, I don't know, a sandwich at a cafe, that annoys me.
Gotcha. Well, especially if it's nothing more than that. Like you could have that, but have their conversation mean something, like or you know what I mean? Like that's the way.
The only person that had success with that was Seinfeld. You know, a show about nothing. Like they could sit at a restaurant and drink coffee.
Or even like Quentin Tarantino could do like a scene like that where they're just talking.
Yeah.
And then he builds it up slowly to something. But I don't know. That's quite the undertaking though, to do that many volumes. Like I can't even imagine, like, wow.
But here's
and each volume's like 300 pages or so, or is it like?
Ooh, no.
Oh, okay. I'm thinking like the traditional manga that's like 300 pages.
So I actually wrote because I write it as a script first, and in script form it's like 24 pages, but when it's illustrated, it will come out to like 100+ pages, maybe like 150. So maybe about half the length of maybe traditional manga. But I deliberately wrote it as 24 pages because, like, when I look at it, I guess the end goal too is not just to stop at the manga, but to also look towards like animated projects too. A lot of them, for like streaming purposes, they tend to want your episodes to each be like 24 to 25 minutes, and when you're writing in a script, 1 page equates to 1 minute.
Oh, okay. Yeah, and is that the ultimate goal, to try to get it changed into like either a movie or an anime or something?
Anime for sure. Okay.
Nice. Yeah, I feel like go ahead, Harry.
No, I was going to say, just to review a little bit, because you speak with like a lot of knowledge, because you have a bachelor's degree in film and video, right, and a master's in digital production. So you know what you're talking. And also, I just saw this in a different interview that you were also a music teacher at one point.
Yes.
Is that like you wear so many hats that if you were to wear them all literally, you probably will topple over, because it's like amazing. You do so many things.
Yeah, no, that's wow. I didn't know all that. See, Harry's our research guy. He like goes in.
Yeah, I try to like stay informed.
Yeah. No, I appreciate that. I was just thinking, I was like, oh, Harry did his homework, man.
Yeah, right.
Well, yeah.
Thank you.
It's impressive though, RJ. It's like that's a lot. Yeah. I mean, you kind of understand all. I mean, it's like almost every different aspect of like making a film in a lot of ways. Music, like, directing, and I mean, it's like wow.
So when you watch a movie or a film, like, do you like look at everything else but the acting? Like, cause the shots and the lighting and the the music scores and whatnot.
Is this a trick question?
No, it's not really.
So I would just say I will look at like I will look at a film and kind of look at film, and oftentimes storytelling is like a Rubik's Cube. Like I will literally like a movie just because I love the composition of the script. Like because my minor in music, because I used to play the cello, and like Danny Elfman and like film scores and composition. I like remember learning about the concept of Mickey Mousing and how they used to make music to movies. Like I will appreciate a film just for that. Then I'll have times where I will see a movie and I'll love the lighting alone, like you pointed out, Harry. There are some films to me that are like gems because every which way you turn it, there's like almost like to me what just looks like mastery, like on all fronts. And then there's some that they're strong in other areas, and I don't look at it and kind of say, oh, that's a bad movie because only this is strong. But I do find myself doing that, where I will look at every aspect of it to see like what all I can like about it. If that makes sense.
It's hard not to when you're a creative person. Like when I watch a movie, I'm examining it from the story level too. Like, I'm like, all right, we're in Act 1 now. Where's the conflict come in? And you're looking for like, you're looking for like where the, I I'm always looking for, they could cut this out. This is unnecessary, you know. Like I like a tight script where it keeps focus on the story and, you know, everything kind of comes together. But and I'm always looking at it from that angle too. Like the best compliment I can pay a movie is when I forget about that stuff and just enjoy the ride.
Yeah. Well, I think if it's well done, you forget about.
Yeah, right.
Because it's well done. Exactly. You get lost in it, you know.
You get sucked into it. Yeah, that's exactly
like
right.
I just did. I guess this is kind of lame, but I did a little audition tape, you know, for a commercial that I was trying to try out for, and the one that I showed last time, and then, you know, I was trying to show the person in the whole point of the commercial was for me to seem shorter than I am. I'm really in real life I am short anyway, but. I was on a blind date in this commercial, and my date showed up, and she was like much taller than I imagined, you know, expected her to be. And so what I did, I had her stand on a you know, she was wearing high heels anyway, and then I had her stand on top of like a stool to make it look even like a more of a giant. And I had her son that was filming it, and I'm like, oh. When you film the wide scene, come stand where I'm standing and get the perspective of me looking up at her, and then stand where she's standing and look and have it be her and look down at me. You know, It's like, oh yeah, it's funny, you know. And then I was showing some other guy this, you know, quick little film. And it's like, oh, it's funny that you thought of doing that. I'm like, well, you have to. Cause, I mean, you got to think in terms of the audience, you know, what's funny, you know. It's like, it's so funny. I would never think.
It's like constructing like the scene.
Right.
Like you need all those elements to make it work. Like,
right. Like
all
almost
those
like
shots.
Like Mr. Bean. It was like almost like a Mr. Bean thing because like it had no talking in it, you know. So it was like, it'll do it visually and get across that message, you know.
Yeah,
and it's like the guy that I was showing it to was like, oh, it's so funny that you would think about those. I would never think of those things. But well, first of all, he's not a creative person, you know. And also, I'm a big fan of like voice actors. You know, I listen to like, who is that voice when in a cartoon or in a movie? I'm like, yeah. And Frank Welker is like one of my favorites. You know, he's done like a zillion like, you know, voices for all kinds of like he's Slimer. He's like Ray from the real Ghostbusters. He's you know, Dr. Claw. He's like Freddy from Scooby Doo. He's like all these it's like a million voices.
Yeah.
So anyway, enough of that tangent.
No. Yeah, no. It's I feel like there's a perspective that you have to have that people don't really, like you said, people don't think like that.
Right.
To really understand like what all people would be able to lap up and enjoy. Which a brief side note as it relates to voice acting, I have a whole new level of like voice actors who have range, because the idea of a single person producing so many different voices, that's crazy. A lot of people are asking me like, oh, if you get this animated, who would be your voice actors? And I'm like, this is one thing I don't know. I'm just like, I don't know.
Yeah, the best person, you know, like
Hank Azaria.
Awesome.
Hank Azaria. Every like half the Simpsons, like he's like,
yeah.
Well, there's a lot of anime people that are they recognize voices and they probably, I don't know, they probably work fairly cheap, I would imagine, and like, you know, because they just dub over anime, you know, so like you might be able to get guys like that or gals like that. You know?
I know someone who would probably be, well, no, not probably. He would be more than happy. He's been waiting for me to say I'm going to animate it. So, Shao Kahn, Mortal Kombat.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I used to work at a radio station in college, and he actually called me to ask me to come to his voiceover workshop, and I didn't think it was really him because I was like, you know, like at 5 o'clock in the morning, teenagers call you and tell you they're Dracula. So like when people call you, you're just like, don't waste my time. You like hang up.
Well, then you know they're lying to you, because there's no way Dracula would be up at that early in the morning. He comes out at night.
Like, man, y'all cut me some
Wait
slack.
a minute.
But he called back again, and he said, I'm not kidding. Like, I'm like, look me up. And I you know, I was by my computer, so I look it up, and I'm like, because I realized like what I'd done. But we like kept in touch, and he's I'll see him occasionally at like different events, and he has.
Oh, very cool.
So he's been keeping his eye on it, and I'm just like, okay, that's a person I can reach out to.
That was from the original Mortal Kombat movie.
No, the video game.
The video game. Oh, that guy. Okay. Okay. Yeah, that's perfect. That's perfect. You know, that would be awesome.
Were you a fan of Big Trouble in Little China? Remember that movie? Maybe I see that.
Yeah,
I've never heard that one.
Oh, it's a
you
classic.
never heard of that movie?
It's a classic.
I'm gonna have to check it out now. Big
Trouble and Little
like
China.
John Carpenter?
No. Y'all
You
would
never
put me
seen
onto something
Halloween
here.
or Escape from New York or The Thing? No.
Wait, The Thing sounds familiar.
It's very Mortal Kombat-ish, like the characters in that movie, though.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah, he's a horror director, but he's like one of those horror directors that is always 10 years ahead of him, like everybody else. Like when he's making a movie, it doesn't connect with an audience until like 10 years later. It's usually a flop when it comes out, but like especially like the only Halloween was a hit right off the bat, but every other movie he's made has been like
But there's a Raven-like character in Big Trouble in Little China. That's what reminded me of that. Like in that those guys that have like electricity coming out of themselves, like lightning or whatever.
Yeah, like they look like Raiden.
Yeah, Raiden. Right. Exactly.
Huh. Okay.
Yeah, I'm surprised you never seen that. It was a great one with it stars Kurt Russell.
Kurt Russell, right?
And it has James Hong in it, and who's the woman from Sex and the City? What's her name? Oh, Kim Cattrall. And it's a great movie. It's like kind of like a kung fu movie, but it's got a comedic side to it.
Comedy and I think you would like it.
I'm gonna check it out. I'm
it's a great movie. I love that movie. It's got memorable lines and things like that. So it's a good one. Anyways, why did you bring that one up, Harry? Out of curiosity.
Well, because you're talking about Mortal Kombat and all.
Oh, okay. Because Ray didn't look.
Exactly. My little brain goes to the.
Start connecting the dots. No, I feel that.
Yeah.
No, that's so cool though. So now, if you turned it into an anime, would do you know how to do like animation, or would you have to pass the project over to somebody else that would animate it for you?
That's where I'd have to pass it on to someone else, because I only know about the storytelling element of it and maybe the storyboarding. I did speak with one animation studio, and they kind of gave me a breakdown of like what their process would look like, but it was so far like just above my head. I was like, okay, so I would be there, but I wouldn't.
Yeah.
That's not my domain. So I'd have a lot to learn in that front.
Gotcha. Yeah, guys, I kind of looked into it a little bit too, and it's expensive to make an animation. Because I want to make I'd love to make like a 30 seconds like reel just for my comic. But like to even do 30 seconds is probably you're looking at a couple grand anyways.
Yes.
It's
very
insane.
much so. Yeah.
But then they all have to break it down, and they have to storyboard it. They have to do the character sheets, and it's like all this crazy stuff. It costs a lot of money.
Yeah.
What were you saying, Harry?
No, back to your movie, Kalimba. I mean, I know that's a musical instrument. So what made you name the movie that? Like, what does that have to do with? Because it has some kind of weird paranormal-ish type of sound to it, or something, or mystical sound, or something.
I mean, actually, so that has less to do with the instrument itself and more to do with a personal experience that I had. If you guys are down for a creepy
please
story.
Yes.
Okay.
Of course.
Harry's like, duh.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's my middle. That's my middle name. Creepy. No.
All right. So this was coming off the heels of my late father was always like very intrigued by like the idea of writing a horror film, and he was like, think of like a horror film from like a different cultural perspective. But what really was a turning point for me was I was living with a relative, and I went to a local music festival, and there was like an area where they were selling instruments, and I remember going up to this table, and I saw this man, and he had a kalimba on his table, and I looked at it, and I was like, oh, this is cool. And he just had this he was just very tall, statuesque, and he was very quiet, and he said, you should get it, just very calmly. And I was like, all right, cool. So I get it, I buy it, and I take it home. And I remember I was this relative, they would sometimes leave the house to go and do like work on the weekend. So I was at the house by myself one day, and I had the kalimba on my dresser, and I was like kind of, you're like falling asleep. You're kind of awake, but you're falling asleep. And I had the lamp on, and I knew I was in the house by myself. And I almost experienced like I saw a shadow, like someone walk past the lamp. And of course I woke up immediately and I said,
right, who's there? Yeah.
Right. And I look around, and of course I don't see anything, but that was a moment where, if you can imagine, after that, I said, I need to write that down. That's an interesting experience. Like I wrote it down, and just a number of different experiences that I had because of my cultural upbringing and stories that I heard. And I thought to myself, well, what if you took the premise of this thing that someone gets and they're kind of questioning whether or not what they're experiencing is spiritual or whether or not it's psychological, depending on what their situation is, right? And that's kind of where I decided to go with it, playing with the
concept. That's a cool idea.
So,
do you get more satisfaction? Oh, go ahead, Harry. I'm sorry.
No, I was saying you and your dad wrote that movie, right, together, or
we
you guys
co-wrote it up until a point, and right before he passed away, he kind of told me to just work on it some more until I was happy with it. So when he passed, I took a bit of a break, and I went back to it and revamped it, and then made the short.
Nice, that's awesome. Cool. Do you like being a filmmaker more than or which one do you find I guess more like enjoyable? Yeah, like do you like rather write comics and manga, or would you rather make films, or is it both? Like it's just equally?
This is a tough question because I enjoy the writing aspect. So I enjoy writing on both ends for like film and manga in general. Okay. I love getting lost in the story and kind of coming up with the details of it. But I enjoy filmmaking because I love the process of bringing the cast in. Like for me, the most fun part was being on set, but it was also getting to do the table read and getting the actresses to understand the characters. So that was like really fun for me. When it comes to manga, I would say the character design is really fun when you're working with the right artists, because they bring they're like an actor. They bring their interpretation of a character, and you tweak and you tweak and you tweak. But also, I think it's really fun, again, doing the reading process. Like, because I have, for my project, I have an alpha reader, beta reader, and a gamma reader. To kind of all give me feedback and maintain so I can look at it with like a fresh pair of eyes and have someone say, oh, this made sense, whereas another person didn't catch that. And I actually really enjoy the beta reading process and the process of like world building for the manga, because whereas with film, and I might have said this before, with film, there's certain things about your vision that can be a lot more expensive to do, right? Whereas with manga, it's more based on the imagination, and if you can articulate it well enough for the artist to understand, they can capture it and do more. So
yeah, and the other thing that's tougher about film too is it's collaborative. So like you have to rely on a lot more people to make your vision work. Whereas comics, it's only a couple people to make the vision work, you know? So yeah. So because I've done a little bit of both myself. Like I used to be part of a web series that we used to film. We would script out and then we'd film once a month and make an episode. We did 30 episodes or something. So we used to film it. So and then I got into comics and I was doing that. So I've seen both sides of it as well.
You should show some of that, the Hero Envy stuff. You should show some of that every now and then, little clips. See how
some of them are good. Some of them are good. I don't know about most of them are kind of
Look. The thing about it is like art is your legacy. So don't be afraid to show it, because that's what people will remember. It's somewhere out there, somewhere, who knows how far in time, we'll come across those videos, having never met you, and see that and be like, oh wow, like they'll know that you exist because of that.
That's true. I never thought about it that way. Yeah, it's very interesting. But yeah, no, that's really cool. I like that you've done all this stuff, and you're on the radio too. That's awesome too. Someone said comments here, having Shao Kahn call you is crazy work. That's awesome.
Yeah, what's even crazier is we lost contact for a little bit, and I ended up going to a conference. What was it? A CIFA South. And when I went to the conference, it was funny because the day that I went, he was not supposed to be there. He was supposed to have been there, I think, the day before, because that was the busier day. I just happened to go there, and I walk around the corner, and like, who do I see? I see him, and when I say, "Oh, hey, Bob," instantly he remembered me. He was like, "Hey," and he's just like,
nice.
He's like 6'7" with like a booming voice. He's like, "Hey, I remember you."
That's
like,
great.
Wow. So yeah.
Do you do any conventions out? Like, do you ever go to like set up at any Comic Cons or anything? Or
Oh yeah, I've done like I had like in February. I remember I did like 10 events in that one month. But I've done.
Oh my God! Wow.
From like March to actually, I just did Atlanta Comic Con. I did Summer Anime Fest at Charlie's Collectible Show. I do events like 3 to 4 times a month sometimes.
No kidding. Huh. Is it just primarily in like the Georgia, Florida area, or do you get out?
This year, primarily Georgia, because up until like recently, I was doing a lot of this kind of just on my own. Now I have a bit more of a team to help me, so we'll work on going out of town. But
yeah, if you ever, we're up in the New England area, so we do a lot of the shows up in this area, like Connecticut. We'll be at Terrificon next week, and then I have a ton of small shows. Oh, and me and Johnny will be at SPX this year, which we're both excited for too. That's in Maryland, so we're both flying in for that one. So it should be fun. Yeah. That one's like hard to get into because I actually applied for it and then didn't get in until the waiting list. So it was like almost last minute. So, but I'm happy to be there no matter what. So
right. A win is a win.
Yeah, right. Exactly. Anything else that you're working on, Robbie, that you want to tell the audience about, or?
At this point, I mean, we're just working on releasing part 2, and I'm also just working on resting because we were doing the Tiger Sugar event. Someone said to me, "What are you going to do after this event?" I said, "Sleep."
Yeah, that's a very important thing. I love sleeping. I love resting.
Right, I'm right there with you because it's been a busy run, but I do have book signings lined up for this month and next month actually. So August 23rd.
Perfect.
I'm going to be doing one in Ackworth at a Crazy Book Lady store in Ackworth, and then in September I have a book signing at ATL Criminal Records.
Okay. So if we have any fans in the Georgia area, anybody in Georgia, check that out. Do you have like a social media where you post all this stuff that you can let the audience know about?
Yes. So on Instagram, if people look at the_7th_kingdom, that's the number 7th, they can find updates on the book signings, other things that we'll be doing, other events we'll be attending. We also have a Discord server that they can join where we provide updates on just little things, also engage with the community and the fans. So
I put your website too in the description so people could is that the best place to get the book from you as well, or?
Yes, correct.
Okay,
correct.
Perfect. That's awesome. Yeah, and I saw you can buy it now, and I imagine you ship it out right away and that kind of thing. Is that?
Yes, but there's a little bit of a line because we had like 185 pre-orders. So.
Oh wow! Congratulations! That's awesome.
Thank you.
That's great. That's a good problem to have. Try to get those out.
Thank you.
That's great.
You.
And if you end up posting that movie, let us know. I want to check it out.
Absolutely.
I mind checking it out.
She might get it on streaming. She's working on it. So.
All right, that's good. Just let us drop us.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
And speaking of resting, it's about sleep paralysis. Is that right? I mean, have you suffered?
Yes, it
is. Have you suffered from that ever, or how do you? Why would you?
Oh yeah. That was another experience I think that actually influenced the script itself. The opening scene, which is not in the short, but the opening scene of the feature script is an encounter that I actually had because I had taken a pen. I borrowed a pen from a colleague, brought it home, and then like that night had some weird encounters. And
you need to stop bringing weird things home.
Yes, so my mother tells me. I've learned my lesson.
Right.
Oh my God! Wow. Yeah, I'm curious to see this movie too. If you get it out, you'll have to let us know.
And you were saying that this movie is only the mini version of a bigger project. Is it something bigger coming out with this? What do you?
Yes. Really, I just pivoted to manga to kind of give myself a bit of a refresher. But once I get to a certain point with the manga, I'm going to go back to resuming my filming because I have several film scripts that I've worked on, and I've been wanting to, thank you, that I've been wanting to put out. So
cool. Yeah.
How when you do one of the films, how big is your crew? Do you have like is it like a small crew of like 5, or is it like bigger than that, like 30 or more?
Kalimba, we had a crew of like 30. That was stressful.
Okay. Well, yeah, and you have to direct everything. That's
the key is to get a good AD. I had a very, very good AD who did the yelling for me, so I could just focus on the actors and the actresses.
Oh, good. That's awesome. How long is the movie, by the way, or is it a short?
Right. Yeah.
Is it short film?
The short film was like 20 minutes or so, but the movie itself is going to probably be about maybe 2 hours.
Oh wow! Actual movie, full length feature.
Awesome. Yeah. Congrats! I hope it happens. That'd be great.
Thank you. It will.
Yeah, nice. You're gonna make it happen no matter what. Yeah, I love that. I love that attitude. That's great. Awesome, Robbie. Well, thank you for coming on again and sharing these projects with us. It's like it's great. It's inspiring to see you put this stuff together. Follow your passions. I love it.
Well, thank you for having me. I really appreciate it. Being able to come on and provide updates. It's been a little bit. It's been a process. It's been a fun journey, and I'm looking forward to coming back on and chatting with you guys again, and you guys getting to see the movie.
Yeah, absolutely. That'd be great. Maybe by then, when the movie will be somewhere, or we could, watch it somewhere on like YouTube or pay-per-view or something.
Yeah, for sure.
Keith, can I?
All right. Well,
Keith, have a great night.
Yeah, right.
I said we can give good reviews 2 thumbs up. We'll give it a good review.
Look, all the thumbs up.
Right.
And make sure you watch Big Trouble in Little China and give us your review too when you get back.
Okay, that is my homework. Next time we connect, I will have full report.
Awesome. All right, Robbie. Have a great night, and thanks for coming on again.
Thank you guys for having me. You have a good night as well.
All right, absolutely. Have a good night.
See ya.
See you later.
Bye. Awesome, dude.
Yeah.
Another great night of guest stars. Seems like every time I go to, like it just stacks up to be about three guest stars now, like.
Yeah, it definitely, keeps you, it flows. I mean, it does flow, but it's a lot of work to,
It is a lot of work.
I think
the other thing I want to mention too to everybody, we'll be back live. We're actually not off this coming Monday. We'll be back live Monday.
That's good to know.
At 8:00. We'll be at 8:00 next Monday. What'd you say?
No, that's good to know. I didn't realize that, but
well, I always send you a few days out, anyways. But Monday, I'm excited for. Next Monday, we're gonna have Dean Haspiel and Vito Delasante on the show. Both creators that have worked, for all the big two and doing their own thing. Dean Haspiel's an Emmy Award winning creator as well. He animated the beginning of Bored to Death for HBO, and so we met him. I haven't met Vito yet, but we met Dean at ICR3. ICR is our show. IC3.
Right.
You can tell I'm tired, dude. IC3 in March when me and Johnny were there. We met Dean Haspiel, and such a great guy, and look forward to having him and Vito, and learning about them as creators, and going from there. So it should be a great episode. But we're starting that one an hour early next week, so we'll be starting the show up at 8. We'll probably have no banter on the front end. We'll probably just start the show, do our intros, and bring those guys right in and have a proper interview.
So just those 2 guys, they're the only guests that night? Those 2 guys?
Yes. Yeah. We're going to just, that's why I scheduled it on an off week so that we could just talk to them and not be interrupted, throughout the whole thing.
Yeah.
Because it's going to be pretty cool to talk to them and learn about their projects and everything they've worked on. And I think even Dean Haspiel's a playwright. Like I'll send you all his info so you can dig up all his, do some research and
tidbits,
get everything.
Yeah.
So,
and I promise I won't bring up the Hulk and I'll try and behave myself.
Yeah, if we can keep the tangents to a minimum that night, it'd be great.
Yeah, I'll try.
Although I'm sure we're gonna have some tangents, yeah, but it'll be fun.
I'll keep it to a minimum.
Yeah.
I know.
We'll see where things go.
I know that Hulk Hogan was threatened to be sued by Marvel though, because he actually was known as the Incredible Hulk Hogan when he first came out. Do you know that? And Marvel Marvel threatened him with a lawsuit, because they were infringing on their copy, their material.
Well, it's so blatantly obvious, right there.
Right.
I'm surprised they let him use the word Hulk though. Is like they couldn't copyright that.
I guess not, because I guess
he must have worked that somehow.
I think it's the Incredible part that made them threaten this lawsuit.
Made them take notice. Well, because like the name, like whenever you heard Hulk Hogan, I always thought about the Hulk, not necessarily Hulk Hogan. Yeah, it's like one of those images that pops in your head.
It is an adjective, like a hulking, whatever, like Bigfoot's hulking,
Yeah, right. So as long as Hulk Hogan didn't paint himself green and go,
right, and like wear contacts and rip his. Well, he did rip his shirt though. That's kind of weird.
Yeah,
right?
it's true. Yeah, there's a lot. There was so he took a lot of inspiration from there.
Yeah,
if you think about it.
Right.
But rest in peace, Hulk.
I know. That's again. He's probably I'll add him to my list of like celebrities that have gone that I've did tear up. Like it sucks. Because again, I kind of like I followed him on Facebook, and then I kind of like some of the things he was saying, and I'm not a big. Who cares about his beer? I heard the beer wasn't that great, but and that's probably what added to killed him at the end, because he was doing all kinds of traveling. Like he was going from city to city.
DS is saying Hulk is a word in the dictionary, so it makes sense that they couldn't copyright it.
Yeah, right. But I think when in conjunction with Incredible, you can't do that.
Yeah, right. Then that's like a blatant copyright.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I hear you, man. What were you saying though about the trip? Or
no, I think that's what killed him. If he'd only had rested and taken care of himself, I'm sure he'd still be around today. I think all that traveling and flying around didn't help him at all.
Yeah, overexerting himself. And,
but wrestlers don't live that long either.
Who knows how many steroids he took?
Right, And they showed a picture of his back too. It looked like a giant staple going down in the middle of his back. Like he had 22 or 20 something surgeries on his back. So, like he was made. He said he had metal in his back, metal in his face. I don't remember when he got hit in the face. I know Brutus the Barber Beefcake had a ski or boating accident. His face is all titanium. So
that's crazy.
Yeah, so these guys go through like so much, but
they kill themselves for our entertainment.
Right, wrestling sure is fake. It is fake, but and pre-scripted. But the things that they put their bodies through is real. Traveling and the getting thrown to turnbuckles and being slammed, and now even the modern day wrestlers who fly off the ropes and like onto the concrete, to like. Full body,
it's insane.
Yeah, he was. This is my last factoid. He was 6'7", and at the end he was 6'4", with all the back surgeries, knee surgeries, and hip surgeries.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, he lost like inches off his
that's crazy.
Yeah, but
man,
R.I.P. Hulkster.
Yep. Yeah. Pretty much. I think we've said it all.
Yeah.
The only other thing I would mention to everybody, go check out Fantastic Four. I was really surprised at how much I loved that movie.
Because it stuck to the comics? Is that why one of the reasons why you loved it?
Yeah, it's got a lot of love for the early Silver Age Fantastic Four comics in that era. I think the combination of that plus the look of the movie, which is like the movie looks like that retro futuristic pictures that you would see. Like, remember when there would be a movie with the World Fair and the City of Tomorrow? It looks kind of like that, where it's
almost.
Yeah, like it's like
what's that?
Not what the future's gonna look like, but it has this retro look to
like
it.
In the book, the Warner Brothers cartoons. What's it?
Yeah, like the
Cars of Tomorrow. Cars of Tomorrow.
Yeah, the Cars of Tomorrow, and
whatever.
They always had to throw in a jab against the mother-in-law.
Yeah.
But the other thing that was great too, they did Galactus so well. Like he was so scary in the movie, and it was almost like Godzilla coming to Earth. Like it was that good. It was great, and I don't like Pedro Pascal that much.
Yeah, how did he do? Like, how was he as Mr. Fantastic?
He was fine. Like he was, like. I could be happy with never seeing him in another movie again.
Right.
But he was fine.
Yeah.
I liked him, and like I said earlier, screw all these YouTubers that were trying to like say that the movie was, woke and all this other crap. And it's not even any of that.
Like what isn't woke nowadays? Like everything's woke. Everyone has.
Well, they were trying to say that like the Silver Surfer and Sue Richards were girl bossing the entire movie, and they were gonna they were basically the ones that save everybody and all this other bullshit. And it's like it's not that. It was annoying. Like the error it kind of captures is so perfect. That's why I love the movie. I was not expecting that. I was going in with kind of like a chip on my shoulder a little bit.
Yeah,
I thought it was going to be terrible, and I came out almost tearing up at some of the scenes.
Oh, wow.
Like I loved it so much.
Wow.
So.
And did they improve?
Shocked.
Did they improve on the thing at all? Because he looked shorter than.
Yeah, no, he was great.
Yeah,
and I love the guy that played him. It was the guy. You ever watch The Bear? That TV show,
The
Bear.
Yeah, yep.
It's the guy, the cousin. the one that's the one that's always given the main kid a lot of grief and shit.
Oh, okay.
He was the Thing, but he plays him more as like the gentle giant, which is what Ben Grimm kind of is.
Yeah, he's a more raspier or rough voice, though. I think it's kind of like
it worked though. And the one thing I didn't know, which was interesting, like he actually has to shave. Like it's like in the movie, he starts growing a beard.
Because wasn't that comic accurate too? Didn't the Thing have a beard?
So, yeah, I never knew that though. I never knew that his hair grew as like a thing,
Yeah,
which is kind of funny.
Kind of weird though. Maybe
they toned down the cockiness of
Johnny Blaze,
Human Torch, but I like what they did with them. He was more comic accurate, where he was like, he could actually do some stuff, and he actually figures out a portion of one side of the the mystery that helps them kind of go into the final battle and stuff. Like so it's
another
because I don't want to do any spoilers for anybody, but what were you gonna say though?
Another sad death. The original Dr. Doom from the last Fantastic Four.
Right. Yeah, I actually thought he was a good Doom in the second movie.
Yeah,
not so much the first one, but like the second one. He was very Dr. Doom, I thought. And I kind of, those are probably my second favorite of the Fantastic Four movie attempts, were those ones, the ones that Fox did, because they were close. They weren't quite there, but they had some of it right. You know what I mean? They had the family dynamic right, and I love Michael Chiklis. I thought he was a good thing.
Yeah, I just don't like how actors get reused when they play multiple heroes. Like Human Torch was Captain America, and also I just.
Oh yeah, like the same actors.
Yeah,
playing
just
different superheroes.
Yeah, like now and now the new Doctor Doom. Oh wait, isn't it Iron Man there?
Yeah, it's
I can't think. My
brain's Robert Downey Jr.
Right. I don't know. I don't like when multiple Deadpool and Green Lantern. It's like
right.
With one company, one.
Like, can you guys do some digging and find
other actors, right?
Yeah.
It's like,
Like they did with Superman. The new guy was great. New guy was a good Superman. So yeah, I wish
Everyone's
they would do
British
more
now,
of that too. What's up?
How many British Spider-Men have we had, and British Batman, and British Superman? They're all British. You know, there's nobody here in the States.
Yeah, it's true. I heard today too, which was wild, that that movie Sinners that came out with Michael B. Jordan and Ryan Coogler. My boss at the store was telling me today that that movie started off as Ryan Coogler was going to make Blade, like one of the Blade. You know how Marvel has been trying to make Blade again? One of the scripts that he turned in was that movie, but it was like, it was like basically Blade fighting vampires during the Prohibition era. And then Marvel laughed him out of the studio basically. And then Ryan Coogler just went and retooled it and made it into this movie called Sinners and made a ton of money on it. So like it's just Marvel just passed up I thought that was very interesting. I never heard that before. And I was
was this a fresh story? Nope. Yeah, forget it.
Yeah, right. Well, I heard David Goyer, who made the first 3 Blade movies, he actually called Marvel and he said, "Hey, you guys need some help because like they kept messing, they couldn't get Blade going, and like they refused him. They just, he's like, no, we got this." I was like, "What are you guys doing? How hard is it to make a Blade movie? Like, it seems like it'd be the easiest character to make a movie."
Everything's milled in nowadays. I hate like again, Happy Gilmore is. I thought it was milled in. Like this kid at work today asked me how. He's like, I told him I saw it.
I don't know if it was mailed in, but it was just like they forgot that the movie was a comedy. Like that to me was the biggest problem.
That's why I hated Grown Ups 1 and 2, because all those comedians in one movie and you can't make it funny. The only thing that made me laugh in the first Grown Ups movie, was it the first one with Selma Hayek was trying to teach her son how to skip a rock, and she ended up skipping the rock and hitting the kid in the crotch, with the rock. That's the only time I ended up laughing. The entire movie.
I haven't seen that in a while, but I remember it was pretty funny. But maybe I'd have to revisit it. I don't know if I saw part 2.
I was waiting for the funny to happen, and never did.
But that's the thing with the Happy Gilmore too. Like it just forgot that it was a comedy. Like it was like a kind of a bummer of a movie. Like, and it was boring. Like it was I'm sorry. When a comedy goes to 2 hours, that better be you better have a chuckle every like 2 minutes or less.
Or if you wait that long, to make the sequel, make sure it's good. It's ready.
Yeah, it's not like these characters were deep or anything. Like it doesn't need 2 hours.
Yeah.
Like that new Naked Gun that's coming out this week. I was just reading it. It's like 87 minutes. I was like, that's perfect. They know what they're making. Yeah. They know they're making a slapstick dumb comedy, and they made it 87 minutes. I was like, that's awesome. Done. I'm there. I'll go see that.
I forget what channel it is because I have I stream now. I don't have cable anymore, but I have 2 like in the upstairs TV I have in the living room I have a like an antenna, and I don't know what channel I was on, but they had a Police Squad and Sledgehammer marathon all day yesterday, and I forgot how dumb.
Police Squad, they only made 6 episodes of that?
No, there was a bunch actually.
Was there? It was more than the original 6? Okay.
I think so. And like Sledgehammer, I forgot how. I mean, I used to watch that as
That's
a
great
kid
show. That was really funny.
But I don't think it really holds up as much, because I was watching it. So it's like, and there's like a laugh track in it. I forgot there's like a laugh track in some of the episodes. I'm like, it made it like dumber. Right? It didn't like it didn't hold up.
Oh, okay.
I love that.
I remember some of those were really funny with that guy.
Some were,
Was it David Rash? Love that guy.
Yeah,
I have the first 2 seasons on DVD somewhere over in my collection here. Yeah.
Sledgehammer was
fucking great.
Yeah. It's basically Police Squad, but like modern. A more modern version of it.
More crazy. I just remember the intro was just the gun on the pillow and like filming it from all these sexy angles. Great.
They had a like an episode where the bad guys like kidnapped or stole the gun, and he was like helpless without it. He was like,
yeah, I remember that one. I remember. Do you remember the one that was? It was one of the early. It was like a Elvis impersonator that was killing people or something.
I think so. I
think he had to go undercover as Elvis to figure it out.
I was working on
but they filmed it whenever the guy would kill somebody. It was with like the microphone. And they would film it like the Psycho shot from the shower scene where you just see the the microphone go up and down like a knife. It was just like so ridiculous.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
That guy was over the top. Yeah. I was working on a logo last night while I had that in the background, and I think that one might have been on, like in the background.
Nice. Yeah, but I'm excited for the new Naked Gun. I know it's not the original people that worked on it, but it's Seth MacFarlane. I think the commercials are funny, so I think it could be pretty good. And I like Liam Neeson, so
I forgot that he was on those. Like I forget the comedy show he was on. I mean, he does have some like.
Who, Liam Neeson?
Yeah. What's that show? He was like on a.
Well, I think he's perfect because of
his name sounds like Leslie Nielsen.
It doesn't, but also Leslie Nielsen was a mostly serious actor too, and then he kind of had like this comedic side to him. You know,
I told you I was afraid of that guy for a long time after I watched Creepshow.
Oh yeah, he's great in that.
When he buried Ted Danson, you know.
Yeah, I love that one. That one's so good.
Every time I saw that guy, I'm like, oh my God, it's a guy from Creepshow. And he's kind of like a scary guy, but then I guess all the police squads.
He's a good actor, though. Yeah. I mean, to have that range. I think he used to just play cops before.
And I think he was a real legit like Hollywood actor back in the day.
He was.
Much like George Papard before he got the
Yeah.
right.
Yeah. Yeah, so I feel like Liam Neeson is a good replacement for him.
But
we'll see how it does. I hope it does well.
I just wish he was the actor that they picked was a little bit younger, so they can carry it on a little bit more further. Because Liam isn't spring chicken.
No, he's not. I don't know.
Yeah.
I like him. He's like a guilty pleasure for me.
Mm-hmm.
Like whenever he comes out with an action movie, I know it's just going to be the same kind of movie again, but I still watch it for some reason. I don't know. I just like Liam Neeson. I've liked him ever since I saw him as Dark Man.
He's the opposite of Pascal.
Yeah, big time. I'll take him in everything. Give him more roles, you know?
Yeah.
All right, but I guess with I'm ready to wrap it up, dude. I'm tired. I gotta get shower and go to work tomorrow. So I'm sure you're in the same boat, right?
Yeah.
I was kind of hanging out to see if Johnny would show up again, but
is he not?
Doesn't look like it.
You should sneak into the bathroom and call us from the airplane.
Yeah, right. Is that way you can hear someone pounding on the door? Like, hey, there's not in there.
Yeah, right. One more minute.
Yeah, one more minute.
This one's show that turd as boss.
Yeah, right.
Should I show my picture before you go, or my Hogan farewell picture?
Yeah, you have a Hogan farewell. Yeah.
Well, the one that you saw on Facebook. Hold on, I gotta figure out how to do this successfully one day. Where are we? Share.
While you're doing that, I'll show off. I'll show off this. So everyone, share screen.
Yeah.
My newest pre-launch page is up on Kickstarter for Kids Switch issues 1 and 2. It is Ben 10 meets Sliders, the TV show. A young boy finds this glove called a Dimensioneer glove, and his life is forever changed. So check out Kids Switch. It's live now.
Very cool cover.
Yeah. So the artwork is awesome. I got artwork flowing in from issue 2. Issue 1's completely done. I'm just relettering it right now. And issue 2, it's to be about 24 pages or so. I think we have about 6 or 7 done. So we're rolling right along. So I want to make it so that once we run the Kickstarter, hopefully I'll be fulfilling this thing by December, January, hopefully. if everything goes well. So
cool.
But yeah, check it out.
Looks great.
This is the link to. I'll put it in the chat. I could definitely use more people to sign up for the pre-launch. We always appreciate that. And check it out, Kid Switch. All
Very
right.
Cool.
And then what do you got here? So this is what now explain what this is.
This is what I drew yesterday, basically all day. Like I spent.
Okay. While you were watching Police Squad and
Sledgehammer. Yep. So there's that. And then,
nice.
Where's the other? And there is me and the Hulkster.
Oh, nice.
I've
seen that picture.
Yeah, and look, that was only a few years ago, and he looks like in great shape. But
yeah, and he looks happy to take the picture with you too.
Well, for that 1 second that I was there for him.
Yeah, right.
Right. But anyway, R.I.P.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah.
So what was the pitch? Is that for somebody that you're making?
Yeah, that's like my friend Bill owns a print shop, and whenever he can't get to a logo or like a T-shirt drawing or like a infographic or something, he gives it to me and I do it. So it's like kind of like freelance work through him.
Okay.
Yeah,
that's cool.
And he keeps threatening to get me into his office and like have my own desk, but it hasn't happened yet. But we'll see. Like I would love to.
Cool.
That would be cool because he just moved into a different building. I have to go check it out soon. But
would that be like a part-time job for you? Or?
Well, I would have wanted it to be like a full-time thing, but because before he had like a partner that he worked with, like another friend of his who ended up being not so good of a friend because he had a desk and across the room was this guy's desk, and in the middle they had like a conference table, and that turned into like a pool table. Okay. And so they're very relaxed. They drew comics too. They were big comic guys, and
that's cool.
And so basically they work in a team of other like businesses that do. If you were looking for a vinyl sign, they can't do it there, but they know their friend down the street can do it. And then if
they have all kinds of resources.
Yeah, they all work together as a team. It's kind of a cool network that they have there. So anyway, this other guy was like doing other things and working, he's like like on like surfing the net and doing other things and stealing money and kind of like a creepy guy. And so he got let go, whatever. They broke. I guess they're not really friends anymore. And I'm like, so Bill, and one time he had me in to his like work. I was like, Harry, see this room right here? I'm like, yeah. It's like, this could be your office. Like, can it be? Because you keep threatening.
Yeah, you keep dangling.
I know. Let me in. So, but it'd be so cool to like.
Maybe you just gotta come out and say that to him and just.
The thing is too, like he doesn't have like a lot of extra cash. I think he has like interns working with him sometimes. He has one graphic designer. He's got to pay his printers and everything else. So. I get it, whatever. And it's kind of fun. He just sends me stuff and I can work from home, so whatever. Yeah. It's just one more
maybe
thing.
You gotta start charging him. So then
I do. I get.
You do? Okay.
He pays me for each thing. Like that one was like $75 just to draw that one, So he gives me, he throws a bone at me every now and then, so to keep me honest.
Yeah, but you want to just do it. Full time, which would be awesome.
That would be awesome because we could just like work together and then play some pool or whatever.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Exactly. There you go.
But it's funny because his wife, I worked with his wife before back in the day, and she's like, "Oh, Harry, you got to meet my husband. Like he's like kind of like you. He like loves movies, like loves superhero movies, like all these things. You gotta meet him." Like, all right, because every time like some female friend of mine says that about her husband or boyfriend, like, and I meet them, like they try to break every bone in my hand when they shake my hand, like,
yeah.
They see me as a threat, I'm like, all right, I'll meet him, and I was really good friends with her when I worked with her years ago. And then I went to their house, and like Bill is like the second I met him, I was like, "Oh, Harry, what do you think of this movie?" I'm like, "Oh my god!" And they started talking, and then like we're like girlfriends, like talking on the couch, while she was out getting us drinks and everything. And now I'm like better friends with him than I kind of like lost contact with her, And now we work together. We're like good friends and talk about. So it's kind of weird.
Amazing.
But, yeah.
Awesome. But
anyway,
all right, everybody, we're gonna just wrap up this one. Join us. We'll be live again. Actually, the next 2 weeks. God, that'll suck. We're live on the 4th, which is next Monday, with Dean Haspiel and Vito Delasante. Join us for that. That's going to be a great episode. And then the weekend after that is like the Monday after Terrificon. So me and Johnny will probably be dead tired with no voice.
Me too. Actually,
but we're going to do a show that night. So
I'll be dead as well.
Oh, that's right.
If I work at
Fan Expo, yeah.
It's
so that should be interesting.
That we're working. Yeah, we're both working both ends of the.
I think I took Monday off so I can sleep in a little bit from my part-time job.
That's a good idea, actually.
Yeah, so you may want to think about doing that as well.
I should take that Monday off. Yeah, because I took that Friday off, so just to get ready for. Yeah, not a bad idea.
All right, cool. All right. Well, thank you, everybody. Like, subscribe, all that fun stuff, and most importantly, read some comics. All right, everybody, have a great night, great rest of your week, and we'll talk to you later. Good night.
Have a good night.